I think unassigned. Yeah, I think unassigned players.
It will be with the lobby as well.
Yeah,
Well, don't you have a delay on the stream anyway?
There's no one else that can deal with my dysfunction.
You just turn stream delay off when you watch videos, but I don't know. I can't even understand if you get faster than the camera will.
I think you do. You'll have more control. Yeah. Yeah, don't set up my control because I'm really fast. Yeah, you're always.
Good on speed do it. Captain comes back. Give me a move with skip. Go. What's up, good?
What's up, boys?
What's up?
Sick egg. Yo, good to see you guys. Sick egg. Looking good. Okay, yeah, Jonathan, so did people send you the overlay videos? Okay, so you need to put that up now, the intro one that says stream starting soon. Just to make...
I don't go chasing miracles, no.
Okay, cool. And obviously, because we don't have highlight reels yet, can you just play some adverts between the games or whatever? I'm sure you got them all on your PC there. Okay, dope. Right. What does the full final overlay look like? I think you can see these little sponsors there as well. I only saw the actual, the original overlay. I don't know.
Hey, the hell like a play.
Oh, Neil, Drew, how's your travel?
Good, man. It's been good.
Yeah, busy holiday for like...
Yeah, I do. I don't know, they were all in lobby.
Cool, so I'm obviously going to sit here and take the points for the highlights.
And the people who say that it's magical, no, that's just how their story goes. Tell me if I let you in, will you be my foe? No, I won't fall for you. I've been there before. I don't wanna fall for you. So let's hide and more thought can't lose. No, I won't fall for you. No, I won't fall for you. And I won't fall for you.
get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine. All the people ain't happy, and the river has run dry. You thought you could go free, but the system is done for. If you listen real closely, there's a knock at your front door. You'll never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? When there's blood in the
What? Dude, you're fucking insane, dude.
you were toxic. You poisoned me just for another dollar in your pocket. Now I am the violence. I am I'm complaining. I'm a beautiful villain.
Radiant team back. Dire team back. Team back.
Hello and welcome to the Bluez Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Today we've got our first round, the opening match of the event with Finest Hour taking on King's Reborn. I'm Carmel and I'm going to be joined by Mr. Rockley in the co-casting box. It's been a while since we've casted a game, Mr. Rockley. Are you pumped back in the back in the seat doing the job?
Yeah, I'm super pumped for these games. I'm looking forward to casting these games. It's going to be some great games. These teams should be on a relatively even playing field. Prep teams, teams. So it should be a good game. See some fun Dota, hopefully some mob picks out there.
Yeah, we see the bans department already getting a lot of core heroes getting taken out here. We've got the Lifesteal, the Gyrocopter, the Purple Devourer for Sad Finest Hour, and King's Reborn taking out the Shadow Fiend and the Sniper. So a lot of cores getting taken out here. Not much interest into the support heroes right now.
Yeah, it's definitely just all core bans, all the heroes that they want to face. And we're going to be seeing a lot of this in this tournament. A lot of teams, when it comes to less found teams, like not really master teams and stuff, they're more focused on getting to the late game, because late game, if you have the stronger late game generally, you generally just win the game and lower ranked games because they don't really know how to take advantage of a team that's going too greedy. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm expecting some good picks, some new things like Crystal Maiden first pick, a hero we have not seen in forever in any sort of competitive play. So, interesting opener.
Oh, I think I'm gonna have to reconnect to this game. I'm getting some issues here in game. I'll be back in a second, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well, we see Crystal Maiden being first picked by Finest Hour here.
Remaining.
It's a hero that's a lot of teams don't really want to pick this hero up, right? It's got it can use its stun twice before it's out of mana. It really struggles. Are you back? It really struggles in lane. It really struggles in lane. It it needs a couple of levels before it actually helps out the lane too much, or otherwise all it offers really is either mana regen or a stun or west up.
10 seconds remaining.
And then Warlock first coming out of King's Reborn. This is a Fury classic right here. First pick Warlock.
Remaining.
Really strong team fighting hero, good laner for sustaining, can do a lot of harass against solo opponents. Problem comes, Warlock not so good against any sort of aggro or aggressive lanes, so hopefully they have a plan to deal with that if Finest Hour decide to play aggressive, like do some sort of dual lane or something. No, I do not hear any static on TeamSpeak.
Wake up!
And watch in-game. Hello, are you back in-game?
Radiant team pick.
Okay, and then Enigma, a second pick. So King's Reborn going for a huge team fight. They got the Warlock, they got the Enigma. I'm going to presume this is an offlane Enigma. I'm going to presume this is an offlane Enigma. You don't really want an Enigma in the jungle in this kind of meta, and with the Warlock
10
supports,
seconds,
you definitely
Dire
need some sort of
team
other
back.
support that can go make moves around the map. And then Sand King picked up. So Crystal Maiden and Sand King is the duo from Finest Hour. Crystal Maiden and Sand King picked up from Finest Hour. Sand King, really strong laner, very good off laner, can also be played as a 4 position, puts a lot of pressure on the lane. Actually pretty decent versus Warlock in the sense that he can just sandstorm to make Warlock now to expend sentry wards and stuff like that. Otherwise,
Dire
use Caustic
team
Knowledge to
ban.
really zone out any sort of... to zone out any... Are you back in game, sir? Yeah, it's a crazy intro.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, hold on. Just keep speaking. I need to fix stuff.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to be a jungle Enigma. Like, what is he going to do for the first minutes in the game? Well, he can deny, I guess, experience, like deny the range creep from mid or something, but then he's just going to be sitting around for like 40 seconds waiting for creeps to spawn in the jungle, so it's most likely an offlane Enigma. It's a pretty strong offlane play, right? You can keep the lane pushing towards your side, so you can bomb in a tower with your Eidolons pretty easily. Kind of hard to dive in the early stages until you get like level 3, 4 on your heroes.
10 seconds
Pretty strong offlaner.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Radiant
Yeah, it's a solid hero all
pick.
around. They do have 2 stuns at Finest Hour, so Enigma's gonna have to watch out for that when he tries to cast Black Hole. And then Elder Titan pick. So King's Reborn have just got team fight. They're looking to just fight all over the place. And then Brewmaster picked up. So that pushes Sand King to 4 position, most likely an offlane Brewmaster. Brewmaster actually a very good pick in this game here. Like, the only thing that can really control these Brewlings is the Black Hole, but you don't really want to be using Black Hole on Brewmaster's Brewlings. So I'm
10 seconds remaining.
not really, yeah. And I'm more favored
5
towards Finest
seconds
Hours
remaining.
draft right now. Even though they got the Crystal Maiden, which I'm not too
Radiant
much of a
team
fan of,
pick.
but Crystal Maiden and Sand King can work together. Good strength.
Dire
Brewmaster
team
offlane with the
ban.
mana from Crystal Maiden can help them a lot. And these teams are picking real fast. King's Reborn is just AoE ultimates all over the place, AoE spells. That has to be a core Kunkka, so it's either mid or carry Kunkka. Hoping it's a mid because carry Kunkka doesn't seem like a good idea. Zeus by Finest Hour, so more magic damage.
10 seconds remaining.
And this is turning out to be quite the high like magic damage
5
or
seconds
mid
remaining.
to late game centric drafts coming out from these teams. Finest Hour a bit more early game than King's Reborn, but yeah, they're looking for late games with teams with these heroes. Yeah, they have large cooldowns. Like, it's just large cooldowns all around the board, except for
Radiant
Kunkka,
team
which is
ban.
actually quite low. I think it's like 60 seconds max. Other than that, everybody else has
Radiant
large cooldowns. So
team
Kunkka
pick.
can actually do a lot of work in this game. He can run around getting quite a few pickoffs. He can kill Crystal Maiden pretty easily by himself. He can also get Zeus, especially if it's a Kunkka. But this core Kunkka, their general builders, they don't really get many levels in X. They generally max out their Bringer, get a 1 in X, 1 in Torrents. So he's probably not going to roam too much
10
looking for pickoffs with the X
seconds
mode combo in the beginning until he gets some levels. And
5
we're still waiting to see
remaining.
what are the hard carries teams are picking, because from what I see from the bans, it is just carry banned everywhere except for Rubik and maybe Invoker if you can't Avenge, can be played as carry or support. But these teams really respecting carry picks, not too worried about the support picks and all that stuff. Yeah, I was definitely watching quite a bit of DAC, and what the common trend that I noticed coming out of DAC is that a lot of teams are now picking up things like 2 cores or even 3 cores that like scale into the mid to late game. And that's PA. That is, yeah, it's a lot of physical damage, but the one thing is the weakness of PA is magical damage, and they have a lot of magical damage to deal with PA until she gets BKB, obviously. But magical damage, if you can control her and hit her with spells, she just dies. She's not a tanky hero. She does a lot of damage though. I don't know how I feel about that pick. I probably would have preferred
5
something a little bit
seconds
more
remaining.
traditional. PA could work if he starts to snowball. Yeah, if PA can just sit back in the
Now
fights, like
select your
kind of not be the
heroes.
initiator, and just wait for these ultimates to drop and then come in, King's Reborn has nothing to deal with it, except for maybe CKC is pretty decent versus PA. Even though he's got the evasion, there's so many illusions hitting you, like one of them is going to crit and you're just going to life. No, he's not opposed to it. He doesn't really need it this game. He should be more focused and worried about killing the Brewmaster, because Brewmaster's brew splits. The Lightning Panda does have Dispel, which does a large amount of damage to illusions. It can actually clear them out in the early to mid game, just straight up kill them if he micros these Pandas properly during his ultimates. So he's going to have to worry about that. They probably want to focus on killing this Brewmaster before he gets his ultimate off in fights. That's going to be an important thing. Other than that,
10 seconds
I'm not really sure. Which draft do you prefer? I feel like Finest Hour has a much stronger early game.
5
But,
seconds remaining.
King's Reborn, if they come online and they just start 5-manning down a lane, like you're gonna find it really hard to just fight into them. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on either. I could hear you fine in game, so yeah, problems they haven't fixed in 10 years. Esports ready, boys. We're still in beta, yeah, and we're looking some teams. We've got like 2 gems on the Brewmaster here. That Kunkka level 3 hero, quite a few gems going, so he's been spamming that hero. Level 4 Warlock, so they've been spamming these heroes a little bit. They should be knowing what they're doing, which is pretty good.
Prepare for battle.
And there's Sargon in the chat already insulting me. Thank you, Sargon. I love you. Chaos Knight. Okay, so looks like they're going for an ET Enigma offlane go. Pretty decent, especially if this ET stacks the hard camp a lot and then gets his spread through it, gets large amounts of damage. He can actually harass out these supports, especially something like a Crystal Maiden. You can just run at that Crystal Maiden and absolutely destroy her in lane. Enigma is going to be denying creeps constantly to keep the experience low, so I'd like to see this Crystal Maiden rotate into the junk pretty fast to just not sap experience from the Phantom PA that's going to be struggling to get experience in the first place. Warlock running through the trees in the top, he's got 2 wards, he doesn't want to show the enemy where he's going to place them. Looks like an offlane sacking with his bull, but yeah, no, it's definitely
30 seconds to battle.
that's a 4 position sacking. His bull's just a little weird for 4 position, but it doesn't matter. Then you got Brewmaster going off full 1 finished at level 1. Probably to deal with the Warlock spam, but I don't know how I really feel. He probably would want to start shield in this lane to deal with the right click more from Warlock. His spell spam is only going to be few and far between, once every like 10 or 15 seconds. Not really enough to give you enough magic 1 charges to deal with it. He does have enough regen to stay in the lane for a little bit. And okay, looks like Zeus is going for Soul Ring first mid. Pretty classic. Might go for a bottle, we'll see. And it's a Kunkka versus Zeus mid. I feel like this gives an advantage. This is quite a bit of an advantage to the Zeus game, especially if the Zeus just manages to stay away from the Kunkka Tidebringer. Yeah, the Zeus is... The thing is, Kunkka has to run into creeps to farm, where Zeus can sit back and he can actually just watch the Kunkka move in. And if he sees that the Kunkka has Tidebringer, it's quite a clear animation on his sword. You can kind of just stand in such a position where that if he cleaves off the creeps, he's not going to hit you, or he's going to have to cleave in such a way that he hits you, but he doesn't get the most out of his cleave on hitting the creeps and stuff like that. So I feel like Zeus should pull away with this lane just by spamming his Arc Lightning, hitting the Kunkka over and over and over again. And then at some point the Kunkka is going to have to ferry up regen, while Zeus should be relatively safe as long as he doesn't get hit by torrents, and he can just like progress in items and levels that way. But you never know, this could be attacker Kunkka. That will be a good thing. Okay, teams are, looks like they're getting ready. Teams just chatting all over the place. Teams are getting ready. I don't know, this mid matchup is going to be really interesting to see how they play it. I do favor the Zeus a bit in this lane, but if the Kunkka plays really well, then I think Kunkka actually has the potential of Zeus, especially if he hits level 6. If he can hit that front bird, he'll get the kill on him. But the lane where the most pressure is going to come is definitely the Elder Titan Enigma lane. Like, if this Elder Titan uses his bird right, and he plays it pretty much the same as how almost every pro the Titan plays, they just stack the hard camp over and over and over again, get a stupid amount of damage, stupid amount of speed, and just run people down. That lane will be interesting. Then you got Sand King, Brewmaster versus Chaos Knight Warlock. There's definitely kill potential in this lane with the clap, and then Bumper Strike. Also, Caustic Finale will, once they hit level 2, be a big problem for CK.
Here's beer in your eye.
Yeah, generally what you want to do when you're facing a Brewmaster, right? So if he throws the Blitz on you, is you A-click the Brewmaster and have the creeps hit you, and you just kind of wait and wait and wait until it ends and then get all your last hits, or you use spells to farm. But CK is one of those heroes, with the Sand King there, you can't really just wait until it ends. He can't just be tanking the creeps all the time, you lose too much life. And he doesn't actually have any spells to farm, so this will be a hard lane for CK. Yeah. I'm definitely favoring the Radiance soft or like laning stage at the moment and how they lane this. It should come out on top.
Yep. No.
Yeah, but he's just sitting under his tower now. He's going to be getting experience. That's pretty much all you really need with Enigma right in the beginning. You can use your Iodons to farm. Like, he'll have a great time until the Radiant decide to actually just dive him under tower using that Crystal Maidens like freeze and they slow and the PA dagger. But then that to worry about Elder Titan because he's got
no gold for you.
Yeah, he should be fine. Especially the Elder Titan behind him. If Enigma gets into trouble, he just spurts and then stomps and then Enigma runs away. So everything's all Gucci in that department. Zeus still has an Obs Ward on him just sitting in his backpack. Doesn't really see the need to place it right now. It's a fair deal. If he knows where everyone is, he can just wait for nighttime before he places it. Yeah, the Kunkka is going to be rushing bottle. He needs some sort of sustain. Yeah, Zeus is... This lane is now coming to the point where Kunkka's like really struggling, right? Look, he has to really ferry himself regen over and over again. He wants to get that bottle, but if you keep spending money on regen to stay in the lane, it takes you longer and longer to get to your bottle. And Zeus has got his Soul Ring. He's going to bring up the mana boots. He's not even going to go for bottle by the looks of it. I'd like to see him ferry out a Clarity or two just to stay in the lane with those. Like, Clarity is rated by pros as one of the most OP items in the game, in the early game. So it's a good thing to have quite a few of those, especially on a hero like Zeus, where you're just spamming constantly. Brewmaster went for the Drunken Brawl, which is quite interesting. Like, I don't really see a need to be getting that this early. You have your Quelling Blade for last hitting, so you don't really need the crits. And then you have, like, Clap with stun gives you, like, kill potential. So getting the crits, probably not the wisest move. They might have been able to kill him there if he had the clap, but now he has the clap, so everything should be Gucci there.
Have another. I insist.
And Kunkka's actually doing well now mid. He's got his wand, he got to his level 4, he's last hitting pretty well. It's pretty even between him and Zeus. Zeus is actually struggling getting hit by those Tidebringers over and over again, so his life is going down. So this is the... Yeah, they just spam you with some sort of spell that hits you when they hit creeps over and over again. 4% health reduction every time he casts a spell. He has 1,000 if he's on full life. It does an extra 40 damage, so it's not bad. When somebody is always on low life, then it's not really that value, but right now I would prefer to have seen him get it, especially against the Kunkka mid. The Kunkka does have a decent health pool. It also allows you to see wards and stuff like that. I'm sure, actually, no. Thunderbolt allows you to see wards. It's not actually the static link, so that was wrong. But yeah, static field, generally, it's just an all-round good ability, so... I would like to see it. You don't really need more on Chain Lightning. Well, what you normally see pros do They're not like 2 in Chain Lightning, 2 in Thunderbolts, and 1 in Static Field, right? They always like that 2 in Chain Lightning because that allows you when you cast, I think it's 3 or 4 Arc Lightnings, it'll kill the range creep for you. Yeah, I think it's 3. They'll kill the range creep for you. So you don't actually have to worry about blast hitting that range creep. You'll always get it when you have 2 Static Link or Arc Lightnings.
Yeah.
Of another, I insist.
Yeah, every team kind of taking it really chilled in the lane right now. Like, nobody trying to make any aggressive plays. Nobody wants to be that first blood. You know, the first blood of the first game of the tournament. Don't want to be that guy. Everybody just playing safe, no pressure. But I do feel like the Sand King Brewmaster lane can put a lot more pressure on the CK. And there they go. Throws the stun with the thing.
Okay.
Kunkel was TPing top, but I think he got cancelled by Zeus, or he cancelled himself. Good thing that I got cancelled because it would have been a wasted rotation. So he gets to stay. Did cost him a little bit of gold before that, but it's okay. And then Zeus seems to be.
I'll take your tribute.
Yeah, one good Spirit into an ET stomp, and you just throw that toss at that boats. Zeus will be really low, and then you can just chase him down, hit him a few times, and he should die. This PA being harassed a little bit by Zeus, goes to the phase boots first on PA. A little bit interesting of a build. Would like to see him get a wand or at least an Aquila. Okay, so he's going straight for the fuse raindrops, Lightstone, so he just wants the damage. Doesn't see the value at wand that everybody else does.
Yeah.
I think what I would like to see him go this game is something more like the Desolator straight into BKB. Ooh, top there's a stomp.
Done.
Yeah, Warlock got 2 points in his heal. That like heals him for you. It like heals you for like 250 health at level 2. And Kunkel gets first blood on the Zeus with the bow torrents, and he used the X. So Zeus probably overextended, got
Radiant's middle
plus the
tower
cleave
is
damage,
under
and it
attack.
ends up falling. So Zeus needs to be careful with that. He can't let Kunkel get too close to him. You should know that Kunkel has at least level 1 X mark spot, because you can just naturally tell he's got Tidebringer maxed out because of how often it is available every 4 seconds, how much damage it does. So you should know the X mark spot's quite low. Just don't get too close, you can't really catch it with that combo, and just watch out for the torrents. It should be a relatively easy there, but he got pays for that a little bit. And Kunkel off to a great start. Yep, you'd like to get... Yeah, yeah. But they are forcing 3 heroes to top to deal with 2, which is really good for them. This means Enigma has to sit solo bottom, but now Enigma's actually just... He's winning this lane solo, which is actually a big problem because he's getting full experience now, he's getting full levels, PA is struggling, and the dagger spam seems to not be able to get this Enigma out the lane. I'm not sure what's going on there. Is he transferring himself regen, or is the PA not actually using his dagger on the Enigma over and over again to get him low? I do like to see this, like one thing. So this Crystal Maiden, right, he's showing himself in lane constantly. So this Enigma knows exactly where he is. He runs through the creeps, gets hit, takes so much damage all the time. Crystal Maiden should be using the trees a lot more, using like the fog so that the Enigma can't see him, and just coming out of the fog every now and then to cast a spell, and then just going back into the fog. That way you don't really sap that much experience from your core as long as you stay away from the creeps enough, and you don't take too much damage like you did just trying to cast one spell off the planet. Yeah, you're losing the trade real bad, and the Crystal Maiden's not getting as much bombers as Enigma, so Enigma can bring himself more regen, while Crystal Maiden not so much. I don't know, a lot of players do the things differently. Some players like going for Midas first, some like going for Mech first, some like rushing the Blink Dagger. We'll see what he feels comfortable in doing this game. I would like to see him, considering he has a lot of setup with the Warlock, the ET, he's got the CK, he's got the X stuff from the Kunkka. I don't think he needs an early Blink Dagger, so I would like to see him go for something like Mana Boots into Mech, maybe even finish off the Greaves if he wants, and then go into something like BKB Blink Dagger. I'm pretty sure some players do skip it. Okay, I will take that bet actually, and I'll go find a game after this game. You know what you'll do for me actually if I win? The Botanical Gardens, I want that free entrance, son. Next weekend. Deal, okay, we got
Arcane power. Strength. Goodbye, and God riddance.
Yeah, Brewmaster coming in with the clutch play, throwing that missile, and Kunkka missing, doesn't get the kill. Feels bad, man. I would have liked to see the Kunkka move back there and just cleave off the creeps to kill the Zeus rather than trying to just hit the Zeus himself. It does do more damage that way, but turns out to be a good trade. Yeah, so you should have just moved back to the creeps to cleave, and he would have been in a safe position when he does that. So a little mistake coming out from him there, ends up paying with his life for it. But Kunkka's still in a dominating spot, right? He's still top of the net worth, then comes the Seeker, and then the Zoo. So he's still doing good for himself. Going straight for that blink, I guess. He wants to initiate and get kills constantly.
Can't you hit anything?
He definitely should not be getting as much from me because it's like the PA is suffering right now. Yeah, he's level 8. He's just been sitting in the lane denying experience. The Maiden's been sapping a lot of experience because Maiden's level 5 and the PA is level 5, so we've been sapping a lot of experience from this PA, and now you have a level 8 Enigma versus a level 5 PA. At any point that the PA goes on Enigma, he's just gonna die, get black holed, and the Eidolons are gonna kill him. Playing aggressive into him now is really hard. You're gonna need that tanking to rotate.
Cease.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see this Brewmaster actually move bottom like relatively soon. Maybe after his Blink Dagger, but he's still about 700 gold away from that. Because if this lane, if it continues like this, eventually this Enigma is going to be like, look, let's just black hole this guy. They're going to black hole him, and then they're just going to drop the Golem on him. Like using these long cooldown ultimates at the beginning of the game to get a kill on a core is perfectly fine. No reason to save it. Enigma stunning a creep there, making a mistake. Yeah, they should find a way to just get like to the side, get onto the Crystal Maiden. That'll force the PA to try help the Crystal Maiden, and if the PA comes too close, you just black hole them both, and then you just drop the Golem straight after the black hole, and you should just be killing them both.
Yeah. This'll come in handy.
Yeah, you definitely could.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's scary enough for them. You want this Brewmaster to come, drop his clap, drop his spirits or his broodlings, and then just like throw one in the air and then everybody focus the other and then kill the other afterwards. That would probably be the play. But Brewmaster, he's having a good time top. He's getting his blink. He just wants to scale himself. So very little movement going on.
Bottoms up.
Yeah, he's got this. He sees the courier, just bringing some wards. Won't be able to get it though.
Having troubles.
Double damage.
No, not unless he has a lot of damage from his spirit, but he went out maxing echo on his spirits. Pretty normal to see. But this laning stage very passive, like not a lot of rotations going on, like Crystal Maiden kind of just sitting around bottom, Brewmaster tanking just sitting top. Oh, and they're going on all the time up.
Middle is missing.
Okay. That's a 1-for-1 trade. There is one notable thing there that happened is the Brewmaster's play didn't use his Thunder Brew to kill the illusion instantly, which he should have done. If he just used his huge AoE, he just cast the illusion, dies, and loses his ultimate straight up, which might have helped his teammates a lot. Brewmaster going aggressive onto Warlock. messes up the armor toggle, ends up falling, and now it's everybody's top, and PA is just sitting bot. Team's making space for PA now, which is exactly what they need. They need this PA to be getting items. Going for the Maelstrom on PA, that's interesting.
Good for my tower.
He's going for the blink first, you see? No Midas, told you. So what are you saying? They're not this? Nah.
Back so soon? How many nights bury me at sea?
The Sisters of the Veil.
No!
Get the sword with shadow. I waste a brew in your a barrel of laughs. Old habits. Your spirit achieves final.
Yeah, that's a crazy team fight. Every hero top just fighting at like 16 minutes. I would have liked to see the PA just stay bottom and get his farm. Like he's rushing a Maelstrom, he's not really in fighting shape right now. Do you really want to team fight into this draft with Enigma, Elder Titan, Warlock, like Cooker? That seems like the exact opposite of what you want to do, is try fight into all 5 of them with your heroes. So maybe...
Oh, that would be a tribute.
Yeah, it's a wipe without Black Hole, but like Elder Titan Kunkka in the early game is a really strong, like fight. They're really good at fighting in the early game. Their ultimates are really good. Like Elder Titan doesn't even need his ultimate to be really good. That Stomp plus Spirit is really good in team fights. Kunkka Boat just makes everyone tanky, does a large amount of damage. So they should just be kind of splitting the map, more utilizing pickles with the boost splits and custom made and sanking rather than trying to take on full-on team fights. And here they make a smoke behind the tower going on the CK top.
Free of me!
You're but a blot in the black grimoire.
My heart.
Dire's structures are fortified.
You're a trusty mate.
Yeah, they committed a lot for that CK. They did kill the Kunkka before the fight started with the Zeus kill, but then CK just armor toggling his way through that fight and ends up being a what, 3 for 1 if you count the Kunkka death.
Dire's
I didn't see where he died, but he died to the Zeus. I just saw the... Yeah, and he's rushing straight for that Scepter. He wants that Nimbus. A really good spell, especially in this game, right? Enigma blinks in. If you're not in the fight, you can just throw your Nimbus on top of the Enigma and stop that Black Hole straight away. As long as it hits the Enigma and not some creep or something else somewhere. Yeah, stop playing the place to be. Now this Enigma is just gonna hide in trees now. He's got his blink dagger. He's gonna look for that perfect, you know, 5-man black hole everyone wants to see. Probably not gonna get it, pretty hard. They do have a lot of ways to cancel the black hole, but if Radiant do make a mistake and like stack up together, and he gets that black hole with the fatal bonds, we're gonna see some people dying. Oh.
To the frozen waste with you.
Yeah, Zeus ulting at the perfect time there. They end up seeing the Enigma hiding in the trees. They just kill the Warlock first and go straight for the Enigma after.
Attack.
Yeah, it's interesting to see these teams fight so much for top though. Like, you generally, I guess Dire, the tower is more important, right? There's access to your jungle and stuff, but Radiant defending their tower so hard. In like a lane where you really don't really care that much about that tower. Like you lose that tower, what do you really lose? Like access to your secret, not so much. You can just put one more there and see whatever's going on. And Kunkka going up here, but he's using the combo.
We have failed the Veil.
Swept you off your feet, haha!
Yeah, and that's the weakness of Peter right there, right? It's got 900 HP on that hero. Kunkka's boast itself does 500 damage. You have Torb does 300 damage. Then he's cleaving off creeps. He doesn't even actually have to hit you. He just hit the creeps to hit you with cleave speed. The Blur doesn't really do much against that. Enigma Black Hole bottom.
I'm burning up!
Gold for my forward.
He's just gonna run away. Brewmaster had to commit his ultimate outside the black hole there just to try and cancel it, but unfortunately the Brewmaster ultimate takes quite a long time to go off, and after that the black hole's already been used, it's gone for most of its period, and they just end up killing everyone before Brewmaster can do a thing. I would have liked to see Brewmaster more like blink towards the back line and then use his ultimate to just try disrupt the damage coming into the black hole rather than cancel the black hole itself, because it just takes way too long. But now you got 5 people bottom, they want this bottom tower.
Having trouble seeing straight. How many times are you gonna
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Crystal Maiden basically get off a full ult. They almost got cancelled, but PA blinked and get the kill on the hero to stop the stomp. And then Crystal Maiden ultimate just cleaning up everything, which is something you don't see very often, right? Especially in a game like this where like almost every hero has a way to stop it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, she channeled the thing almost for the full time period, and then nobody had like spells left to cancel it. Ended up being a good trade for them. Works out in the end. They did lose their PA, they did lose their Zeus. Not really ideal, especially as PA. It needs to get the BKB. He's on his way towards it. He went for Maelstrom first, though, which is super interesting.
Gold for my tower.
Yeah, the thing is, right, you gotta look at like what PA has in her arsenal, right? She has something called Cryptocrypts, which amplifies her damage. And when most of your damage is coming out of Arc Lightning rather than the actual item itself, that doesn't get amplified by the ultimate, so why get it? I understand it gives you attack speed, but you could subsidize that by just getting trades instead of phase boots if you really want that attack speed. So yeah, you want to be in and out, in and out, in and out constantly in fights. You don't want to actually be getting caught by ults and spells and stuff like that, especially when you don't have your BKB. But he goes for the Maelstrom. It will give him some farming ability. It does give him some attack speed. That it's not really often seen. Well, I actually see it quite often in my SA pubs, and I just lost it. But this game, in a competitive game, not really often seen. And CK going for that BKB, he does have his Echo 7 now with the armlets. And this guy's still top of the network, going straight for that Daedalus now. He's got his blink, he's got his armlets, skipping out the drums and going straight for that Daedalus. He wants to be doing those big cleaves and those team wipes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And then we're going to see Sanking. Yeah, we'll see one from Sanking. And then PA has a natural blink. So what we're going to be seeing in these team fights, and if you can't Reality Rift as a blink, it's kind of 1-2. Just everybody blinking in and just casting spells. That's what the team fights are going to look like, in my opinion. I feel like once you get like one other item after Echo Saber plus Armlet, so BKB or Heart or whatever you go for, and then you get the Dagger, it just gives you that ability to get on top of whoever wants to sit in the backline and just blow them up so fast that nobody can do anything to help you. Yeah, he's got his Magnums now. Yeah, he's got that Nimbus. It's a large amount of damage coming out of that Nimbus if you just stay in that thing. And it gives him it's just another way for them to cancel Black Hole, right? If he casts it right, like right on top of the Enigma when he's Black Holing, it's an instant, it's like an instant mini stun. Stop that Black Hole. So Enigma probably going to be looking for BKB, and he is. Yeah, he's getting that BKB. They actually have nothing that stops Enigma Black Hole through BKB. So that he should be getting full Black Holes off once he gets his BKB.
Double damage.
I'll take your tribute. In ashes. You can.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
What is death?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're quite a premature Black Hole coming out, but they did kill the PA and traded an offlane plus support for it, so it's relatively even, but you don't really want your PA dying at this stage. Yeah, the problem is when you come and try force things like that, like getting that 4-man black hole, you generally put yourself in a position where that if it doesn't actually happen, you end up costing your team rather than benefiting them. So I feel like you should have just played more. Like, you don't want to be really the initiator with Enigma. You want to be that guy that comes in once the spells have been used and then cast your black hole to like turn the team fight rather than start the team fight. Yeah, definitely. But everybody farming up, Master go for that aura build. He did go for the damage instead of the life, which is quite interesting. So he's got kind of like a right-click build going on with the phase boots, but then auras from Vlad's. He's probably going to do some sort of like hybrid build. And Kunkka just farming away. Yeah, I'd like to see 200 health though, because the most important thing with the Brute Masters, you have this peer, right? You have a Zeus, you don't really need to be the hardest scaling late game core. So your ultimate is like your main thing, and if you don't get that off because you're 200 health short, he's going to be kicking you.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Full ahead. Furled your sails, but good.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Your admiral is on. Man overboard.
Yeah, they go in for the kill, they throw all their spells on the CK, they don't actually end up killing him. Zeus casts his ulti as CK casts Phantasm, so the ulti didn't actually hit him. Ends up surviving, armlet toggling through the fights. He does end up falling, but the 2 for 5 trade, you're going to take that any day of the week, and now they're going to put more pressure on the towers.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I split the team completely, and then happening is the PA went on the backline on the Enigma, but he was caught by the Fatal Bonds, and the Fatal Bond just ended up killing the PA. He took so much damage from that that he just ended up falling without anybody actually even focusing him. Yeah, Tweety played a little greedy there. Try to get the 2-man stun and hitting no one, and then they just turn it around with the Kunkka boat and he ends up falling for it. Probably could have just gone straight for the stun on the Kunkka. They might have been able to take him down. Would have been quite close.
Gold for my chest.
Not without some sort of blink dagger position. Not without the right position, yeah. Yeah, but like if you stun the ET, it does delay him using his stomp to like stop you from killing. So he did try to go for a little bit more of the greedy play, didn't end up working in his favor. But things happen, you know, that's how you become a pro player. You try these greedy things until you get good at them and then they start working. Yeah, Kunkka's got BKB, now CK going for BKB, PA going for BKB. I just see BKBs coming out all over the place in this game, and in my safe pubs, I never see a BKB. Nobody buys that item. So what's going on here? Yeah, Warlock, all he wants to do is sit in the fight. He wants to throw his Fatal Bond down, throw his Shadow Word down onto someone to heal, drop his Golem, and then just sit in the back with his upheaval. And if he throws a pipe on top of that for his team, it'll help him like a large amount, especially against Zeus, Epicenter, Crystal Maiden ulti. Good pickup. I like what he's doing. Straight after that, I would like to see him get some sort of like maneuverability item, Blink Dagger, Force Start, something like that to help you just either position himself or help his team out and team out afterwards. But you don't really see Warlocks be getting this fat in games, especially at 30 minutes anyway. They're normally like round and like halfway to their might by now. So he's having a good time. Yeah, he'll get away scot-free, no problem. Now everybody, you just got to die all in their own jungle now, just kind of farm it up, stay safe, they don't really want to die.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tower, gonna farm it up. And now this,
Radiant
all of a sudden, all that team fighting has just become a passive farm game. Everybody wants their next item before they take the fight and see how those new items change the game. Yeah, Enigma is like 900 gold away from getting his BKB as well. And like I said, if Enigma has a BKB, they got nothing to cancel. So if he blinks and Black Holes with BKB on, those two heroes most likely going to fall, especially with the follow-up from his team.
Dice are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower
definitely.
is under
Radiant
attack.
only has one tower. They got the top tower. Dire has
Dire's
3
middle
towers now
tower
after taking their
has
top tower. So they're just gonna like try avoid each other for now. It looks like just push the map, push other towers, do damage. But I do feel like Dire has the advantage in this push right now. They got 5 heroes top hitting, with only 3 heroes in mid. Both towers should fall.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, that was a super aggressive TP by the Kunkka, and then he realized, oh my gosh, there's 3 heroes here. Thinks out immediately and pops his BKB because he doesn't want to die. Where in the first place he could have just TP'd to his tower and he would have been fine, not used anything, and maybe even found an initiation with his Blink Dagger rather than having to run with it. A little bit of a mistake there. Yeah, or you just bait them, yeah, and get those big ultimates off. That would have also been a good play to make. But ends up using his BKB for nothing. Yeah, with his BKB, he'll 100% get his ghost ship off, so he'll be even tanky. And his ult attack just controlling. Yeah. I need Torrent AoE, which is interesting, because going for the crit build, it doesn't take the strength, he takes the Torrent AoE, which is kind of contradictory to what he's doing. Normally see the Torrent AoE taken from like support Kunkkas who go Aether Lens and more use their Tidebringer for damage, where the Kunkka is more using his Tidebringer. But I would have liked to see the strength just to be more tanky and have that extra 25 more damage. As you know, that status is just worries about these days, but it's still a thing. Yeah, I'm a fan of it as well, but it's not something you take into account when you're picking your talents, like how much status resistance, an extra 3% or something. Not the most important thing. Yeah, that's not the reason you buy it, it's not the reason you pick it. It is a nice little benefit to it, but, you know, small things. That's why we all love Dota. It's all the small things that count, I guess. Kunkka flying out his Daedalus, I think, in the courier. Yeah, he's got Daedalus in the courier. Oh, courier is going back to base, no, not coming back. A little bit of mis-team communication going on there. So Kunkka, if he finds that crit in a team fight, that's a lot of damage that's going to come to him, especially if they're getting caught by the Earth Splits and the Black Hole and... Oh.
Welcome back!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. No!
Ashes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This game is crazy. We are in 33 minutes in the game. We have level 24 Zeuses coming out, level 21 Kunkkas. There were quite a few mistakes that went down in that fight. But one notably, the Kunkka didn't use his BKB until he was on like 200 HP and then ran away. He took all the burst from Zeus in the big win. He should have instantly used his BKB. Probably would have still been alive, and the team fight probably would have been different. Then Enigma goes in with the Black Hole as the courier is like 300 units away from him from giving him his BKB, so it instantly gets cancelled. Oh, if that team fight was just like 10 seconds later, it probably would have been a different fight. But I'm not actually sure who got caught in the Xbox. I caught the very end of it. All I saw was the Kunkka die. Yeah.
This should make my life easier.
I was more focusing on people not using their items. Yeah, he's had it for a while. He used it on bottom. He's now almost got his 4 staff actually. He's got his 4 staff. Yeah, he definitely got his 4. He's got the goal for it if he wants in it. Then we've got the KP. That's so much team fight. The problem is they don't really have that much split push, right? All they really split push is Kunkka and maybe like Enigma Eidolons or something. But other than that, CK not the fastest pusher. Crystal Maiden, no, Crystal Maiden's not the team. Enigma, like, Titan, you don't really want to show yourself in it all the time. It's going to be the counter initiation. But Crystal Maiden going for that BKB now? I don't even know. BKB is going to happen in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 BKBs are going to be in this game. That's like unheard of in any sort of SA game.
Radiant are scanning.
But it's a great scouting tool for Roche. And he's almost level 25. I would like to see him take that arc lightning damage. I really hope he takes it because it's so good this game. Does so much damage, especially in these big team fights. You can be in multiple heroes and you're doing 300 damage a shot every 1.36 seconds, and then it'll be 1 second once he gets his Octarine core, if he gets it this game. CK going for Mantha, not a fan of him getting Mantha. There's way too much AoE right now to deal with his illusion. Comes out with the Brewmaster and Zeus and Crystal Maiden and tanking. I would like to see him go into something more to tank up his current illusions, like a heart. Yeah, you are playing against Zeus. At some point you need to get a heart on this hero. Like, you gotta just do what you gotta do sometimes. Like, yeah, there are things that counter you, but heart is just the way to go to tank up your illusion. You're gonna get Mantha, you're gonna want to pop those illusions in the fight, they're just gonna die instantly anyway. There's the point to that. You get a little bit of attack speed, I guess, and stats from it, but heart would have just given you a lot.
At last.
Yeah. He could have got something. He could have got something else, more like maybe a Scuddy or a AC, maybe. But this. Yeah. Maybe even a Satanic, just to get lifesteal. And that's what it might use. Quite useful actually, and it does give you quite a decent amount of strength, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he does a lot of damage with that cleave, and so this Brewmaster goes for the he's going for the right click build. He got stomp, he doesn't magic resist even though he's facing a full team fight lineup. He's got Radiance now going straight for that AC. And Brewmaster's actually going to scale pretty well as long as he doesn't get caught by the spells. This hero can become scary, especially once you hit level 25 or level 20. You get attack speed. Then level 25 you get more crit, and you just start wailing on people. Yeah. Yeah, BKB is getting popped left, right, and center in this game. Yeah, I don't understand why you would go the magic resistance in this game when you're facing such a lineup. Like, what is your 3 seconds really gonna do? We did see one earlier between 3 heroes in the top lane. This was still when the tier 1s were up, but that was the only one I caught. Double damage on the top river. I'm interested to see what the PA feels like he needs. I would like to see him go something that gives him lifesteal. Unless he could go for the talent that gives him lifesteal and then go for something else. He probably will go for the talent for lifesteal.
Double damage.
It's not really an item that shouts out to me to get from PA. Maybe a Basher would be pretty decent. Gives you another way to lock down heroes like this. And they smoke. PA double damage, he's got ages, but he is really, really low on life, so he probably will fall quite soon, especially if a Kunkka comes up or something like that. And he uses a team fight.
Taking available, and now 5 heroes I can get instantly wiped from the side of the Dire.
I actually want to see how much damage that Zeus did in that fight, because he just sat there spamming spells constantly, and you can't leave a level 25 Zeus with these items in the background doing damage like that. And he ends up doing 5,000 damage in the fight, way more than anybody else in the game. You need to be focusing the Zeus, especially because the only thing he has for defensive purposes is Lincoln's, and he was caught up before. You could have just blown him up. End up paying for it.
No buybacks available. Oh, actually, Warlock has buyback. Like, what are you gonna do? Rax is gonna fall here. Are they gonna go for the second lane top? I would think so.
Yeah, they should push for that second lane top 100%. Nobody's up for long. Warlock can't do anything by himself. Alt-Type and Warlock, they've have their spells. Alt-Type does have his ultimates easily dodged unless they all get like stomped together, but it still won't make that much of a difference. Should be 2 Raxes.
Man, how this game just turned into just one Roach into instant smoke, and then you just destroy heroes with the double damage PA plus Zeus.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they're just gonna take this tower, Rax, hit middle a little bit. This Brewmaster just hit inside, he doesn't get stopped here. probably gonna fall for this. Yeah, he should die to that shadow word. No, wait, he's actually got some regen. Hit the creeps, lifesteal. Nice, you got the fall.
No, what would have helped there against that Davian?
Resistance, maybe.
Magic resistance.
And then, like, see, this is what I don't understand, right? He goes for the damage build where he's gonna be right-clicking, and then he goes for the Broodling's health rather than the attack speed. So it's like, why didn't you just get a whole bunch of auras? I guess Radiance sort of counts as an aura, I guess. But then you went for the damage instead of the life. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a mixed up build. It's like a pseudo build he did. He's still having a good game though. He's not doing too bad.
He's been playing well. In the last, like in the team fight, he blinked in first. He created attention. He like made all the Titan's life difficult, and then his team could wipe. So like he's playing well. Just like some questionable decision making coming through with the talents and items, you know?
Yeah, definitely 100%. And Kunkka going for the second battle. I mean, second aidless, looking to just, you know, get that wombo combo cleave, win that team fights. If it comes through, can turn around team fights. But it is a little bit of RNG that you need.
Yeah, definitely. If he gets his 20, he gets 50% extra Tidebringer cleave. Like that's, he can one-man team wipe people.
Yeah, he definitely can. And CK looks like he wants to go for the MKB to deal with the PA, but I don't think CK should be trying to deal with the PA in the beginning. They have more than enough other heroes to deal with him in the beginning. He should be just destroying that Zeus. Cannot be letting Zeus get those arc lightnings off over and over again and just destroy his illusion.
Yeah, definitely. Now the smoke is there. 4 heroes up and available. All the big ultimates minus the wall. Actually, the Warlocks. I'll see them pull up as well. They find the PA. She gets the big heal. And now Black Hole. Good. Actually, yes, that's got the PA. Just the PA. She's dead. No bye. And now made it. She's coming in. She's gonna get you. And now both comes. But Cookie Bread getting munched up as well. They're trying to bring on Runic. 3D comes in with everything. The wrong of this team is gone. Oh my god. That's actually. Oh, that was actually just crazy. What just happened? The Zeus.
Zeus just sitting in the back.
What did we just watch? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what happened. That fire just was throwing everywhere. Crystal blinking in without BKB, just casting ultimate. Saw black holes on solo heroes like the PA. PA did get caught out, starts the fight, almost kills the Kunkka. They didn't end up like dropping him, and then he just throws the bow turret, becomes tanky, Omniton his way and survives. And this is looking to be...
Look at the damage. Look at the damage. That is crazy. Do they have any heroes to push here though? Oh, GG's called.
GG's called, yeah.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Alright. That was an exciting end of that game. I'm not even gonna lie.
That was an exciting ending. Lots of team fighting throughout the whole game. Can't believe we saw level 25 heroes coming out in like 35 minutes. That's just crazy. These teams wanted to kill. We got 64 kills in 22 minutes.
And that's considering in the first 10 minutes there was like no kills on the board. It was like 1-1 at 8 minutes.
Yeah, it was like the most passive start into like complete desolation by everyone.
Alright, we can't hit up the scoreboard just yet because of our mechanisms, so you guys won't see that. But if you're watching any game plan, I really suggest to look at some damage off this game because I can just...
A lifelong ambition to fulfill my dream. What have you done to me? I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. You really are my ecstasy.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds Radiant remaining. Team ban.
And we back. Second game is up live and ready. Fans are taking that first game in quite a fashion. It was like it was 50-50 and then it just wasn't. The game just turned on its head in a moment. It was pretty crazy, Damien.
Yeah, that game was crazy. That Zeus just ended up doing some ridiculous damage. He did like 15,000 damage by the end of the game, and the next closest person to him was like 19k or something. Like, if there's one thing that they can take away from that game, it's just don't let Zeus constantly cast us spells, especially if he doesn't have items like a Yule or a Force or anything to get away. All he had was Lincoln's for a defensive item. You could pop that pretty easily, especially if you catch him in a black hole and just like blow him up. Because once he started getting those spells off, people were just dying, melting, disappearing, evaporating, whatever you want to call it, they were just gone.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that Zeus, he just went ham now. Odd lot of bans here. We see Sanking getting respected from the last game, but now we see like, Juggernaut getting banned out here. I don't know if that was first banned last game. Yeah, I'm not a Void getting first phase banned here. That's like, I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was banned in the last game. I do know that they banned a lot of carries in the last game besides Rubik. In this game, they decided to ban out the Sand King, but then they're still sticking to the theme of just banning those carries, banning all those floors. They don't want to deal with those things. Void could be off in though, so it might not be a carry, but a lot of people like to play it as a carry. It can be a strong carry. And then Crystal Maiden, again, this team they seem to really like their Crystal Maiden, you know, just giving that mana, amping, and actually was one of those things that worked really well with the Zeus, gives them that, you know, that mana reduction, so Zeus could come out more spells. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you're picking a Maiden, which is like a super greedy weak laner, and you're not getting punished for it, there's not much to complain about later on in the game.
Well, the thing is, in the lane, they did kind of get punished for it, right? That Enigma got complete free farm in the lane, but Enigma didn't manage to really do much in that game. The Black Holes, he did get Black Holes off, like none of them were like team winning Black Holes. Yeah, we don't know how to fix that. Can't you hear us on speak?
We have it on. Remaining. We have our audio on in game.
And then they go for the Venomancer with the Crystal Maiden. Venomancer, a hero that you see, the only team that I really see run this hero, Liquid. They like giving it to Matama every now and then. Haven't really watched that many back games that had Venomancer in it, but it is one of those heroes that can be quite annoying, especially against teams that like to buy large amounts of Blink Daggers, which we saw in the last game. You throw those Plague Wards down, throws a poisonous thing around, and nobody can pick anywhere, and it makes it a really hard time to initiate. Also throws out a large amount of spell damage going in, you know, what they did in the last game, lots of team fight, lots of spell damage. Looks like they're going for the same recipe again.
You know, Mr. Kyle and the casting desk in DSC was actually speaking about the hero. He really Venomancer is one of the most underrated heroes in the meta at the moment. I think he's one of the top sleeper picks. His other predictions was Underlord, and there was one more hero for the event, and those two heroes he was like spot on with. Those heroes were just like crazy. And Venomancer, we saw it in one of the games in the finals, and it was like really strong. It was really, really strong. I'm happy to see it coming back in. Well, actually, no, I'm not happy to see it coming back in the meta, but I think it does have a place in the meta.
Yeah, Cancer Man Lancer coming back into the meta. We don't really want to see that, but he does offer like a large amount of spell damage. He does become relatively tanky. You generally just want to build stuff like Veil, Ags, Force Staff, you know, kind of be maneuverable. You don't really use your right click for much. You just throw out your spells, people slowly die and just like obliterate into nothingness. Naga Siren picked up, interesting. Probably a support Naga. We'll see if he goes for the meme hammer build that most Nagas go for. You know, you throw that sleep arch, you channel the meme hammer, drop it on top of people's heads, and it's an extra like 1.5 second stun that comes out with plus damage after your sleep. So pretty good pick. I just don't know how.
Yeah, it's super good if you get like 2 heroes in there. Sorry, what are you gonna say?
Yeah, the only problem that I have with Naga Siren is, right, Naga Siren, you kind of pick it as a laning support, and he's really good against physical damage, right? He got that high base armor, does quite a bit of like right click damage. He's relatively fast, not super fast, he's okay. But they just spell damage right now, so Naga might struggle a bit against this. Lots of slow, you can't really get to position because of that slow. So you might have a little bit of a tough time, but if he does catch multiple heroes off with that sleep and drops that meme hammer, could be devastating.
Radiant team pick.
Finest looking for the third pick, and they go for the Dragon Knight now. I like this. You got a Venomoth, you got Dragon Knight, you got these like long team fight, these sustain heroes.
This is interesting, right? You can read this draft and you see Dragon Knight. Like, Dragon Knight is played into 2 positions generally. It's either mid or off lane. Now, they do have this Venomancer, so this either forces Venomancer to not be playing a 4th position Venomancer, which I'm not really a fan of. I prefer it as a core. It does kind of need items and levels. So if it is a core Venomancer, you don't generally put that in the safe lane. You could put it in the safe lane if you want to leave it on a 1-on-1 matchup or something, but you generally send it mid, which kind of forces them DK to the off lane. They're not really safe lane heroes, so
I mean, some teams do play Dragon Knight safe in like VP run Ramses on the Dragon Knight safe lane. Yeah, not very orthodox.
Plays like VP because VP have their own style. Like, it's not something easy to replicate.
I guess so. I guess. And Venomon's also versatile, can be played like.
It can be played off lane. It can be played mid, but you know you kind of want it more as that mid hero to get like straight up experience, get those levels in those play boards, and then just like slowly chip down that mid tower, because mid tower is the most important tower in the game, and if you can take it before that 10-minute mark, it's a good advantage for your team. And Disruptor picked up. This is now a support hero that I really like. I think it's really good, especially in this game. If you can catch that static field on top of Crystal Maiden, Venomancer, they're not going to be casting spells. And then a pickup.
Okay, so I probably a support Venomancer. Right?
Yeah, it could be a support, or it could be mid and still an offlane Dragon Knight. We could see something like that.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. With that AoE silence, he's just super good.
Yeah, he's super good.
One weakness, he gets pressure a bit in lane.
Yeah, he's laning. He's really good one-on-one, like zoning out a solo offlaner. But if it's multiple offlaners you're facing where they go aggressive tri-lane or aggressive dual lane into you, he's not the strongest. He doesn't offer that much. He's got his little thunder strike that does a large amount of damage, but one target, so it's not really ideal. And then the Tinker pick.
Ooh.
So now we see multiple answers come out in this game. We've got the Venomancer on one side, the Tink on the other side. This seems to be one of those games where teams are just going to be struggling to be pushing towers.
I like the Tinker pick. I think if this guy whoever plays it mid plays it decently, they don't have much to catch this Tinker.
Yeah, like the
Dragon Knight maybe gets a blink at some point, but that's about it so far.
Yeah, the only option really to deal with this Tinker is like throw Plague Wards down everywhere, fight, and hopefully see the Tinker with a Plague Ward somewhere, and then you get on top of him with DK or one other pick that they have at the end. I'd like to see them pick something to deal with this Tinker, but have kind of revealed their hand with this Venomancer. Unless they're going to throw this Venomancer into like a support position and pick something that can deal with this Tinker, but then you're going to be needing either a mid or an off lane that deals with Tinker. Storm could be a possibility, but you're playing Storm into Naga Siren plus Disruptor. It's not really easy. And Storm really struggles with Tinker in like the early laning stages until he gets a couple of levels.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's like, it's a tough matchup. Like, it's good later on in the game, but when the game starts, if like Disruptor just walks to your lane, presses a Q on you, and you're laning against a Tinker who's a much stronger laner than you, you're not gonna have a fun time at all.
100%, not gonna have a fun time. I don't know. This Tinker pick kind of feels like, you know, that last pick Brood pick where like the team just doesn't have anything to deal with it, and you pick it and you're like, haha, easy win, you know. Kind of what this Tinker feels like. We'll have to see what Finest Hour have a plan to deal with him. One more pick for Finest Hour. They're looking for for King's Reborn, they're looking for their carry here. I just heard a pause sound. Yeah, the paused. Okay, no.
Is it paused?
No, I heard a pause sound and then there's no pause.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. Just those things, man.
10 seconds remaining.
And they're gonna need some sort of carry here that's not too greedy. You don't want some carry that just has to farm the whole game. It's going to be soaking up a lot of the farm on the map. Also, a Brewmaster that's going to need a little bit of farm. So you want a carry that can be pretty active and still have a black away. And they go for the Terrorblade. So now this is max greed, right? You've got Tinker marching out all the waves and then Terrorblade using illusions to try to farm waves. They're going to have to try to split this farm up like pretty evenly between them and still get something for their Brewmaster.
Storm!
And then
Yeah,
Storm pick up.
Select your heroes.
And they go for the storm.
The one thing I will say about this Terrorblade is it's a really, really good pick versus Luna. Luna pops her Manta or whatever, comes in the fight, you just use your one spell, which I can't remember its name, and
Reflection.
Reflection, that's the name. And then Luna just ends up killing himself because and the glaives bounce on your reflection, and it's a really good pick against Luna. I think it's also a very good pick versus Luna. They need 2 heroes to deal with it, I don't think so. And then you got the Storm. If the Storm does end up snowballing in this game, I'm not sure how, but if he does, he can go ham. They don't really have much to deal with him other than Disruptor, so Storm focuses him first in the fights, Disruptor's out of the fights, and then he can just go like free, do whatever he wants in the fights.
And Storm is like the natural awkward sort of build as well for the
10
Terrorblade,
seconds
which is also
remaining.
good. But I don't know. I feel like King's Reborn, like if
5
this guy has a good laning
seconds
stage and
remaining.
like Terrorblade also has a good laning stage, then they can play super high tempo from there. Once Naga and Brewmaster hit 6, they can just start like gunning down towers with the TB. But I don't know. They're not supposed to do anything if you side of King Reborn, because later on you have TB Tinker and you just like you're really strong late game.
Yeah, you scale really well. Like they do have some stuff to worry about. Like even if they go to like super late, if the Storm is also found in the super late game, I'm pretty sure the Storm can go like crazy in this game, especially if the right items built. Like if the Tinker doesn't have a Sheep Stick and the Storm has a BKB or something, he can just go ham everything. Then you've also got a Luna, like we've all seen what a Luna can do to buildings if she has farm. So this makes it all-play DK 4-position Venomance. That's interesting.
Yeah, Tweedy did play the tanking in the last game at 4 position.
Yeah.
That will be a good game.
And we have the classic essay pause. So there was a pause, you see? I'm not hearing anything. I don't know, so whose draft do you think is best in this game? I'm more leaning towards... I don't know, this all comes down to lane stage. I'm leaning towards Radiant, but I don't know, 50-50, maybe 49-51, you know, something like that.
Oh, this is a tough one. I don't know. I feel like laning stage is going to be super passive again this game, right?
Yeah, like this pass in the off lane, he's facing a Luna, Venomance, Crystal Maiden, unless the Venom goes dual with the DK. So Luna, Crystal Maiden, that's a lot of spell spam that they can throw on this Brewmaster. You probably will have Naga supporting him. I don't know, these lanes, it's all going to come down to how these players play, not really what heroes they have, but more how they play the individual heroes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to figure out like once it's like sort of 10-minute markets, if we see that sort of like 5v5 get to a lane and just constant brawling after that, which team kind of has the team fight advantage? I think the Venom Monster team is looking good just because of Venom, but then again, it's a Disruptor Naga Siren, which I think is a really strong combo on the side of Radiant.
If the game turns out really similar to this game where it was just like 15 minutes hits and now every hero is always together, they're always just 5-man fighting everywhere on the map, I do give advantage to the Dire in the beginning, because you just have like large amounts of spells you can throw out with the Crystal Maiden. You have the Veno, which is just super annoying, Luna ultimates. Terribly kind of needs a lot of time to come online, so does Tinker. So if it comes down to that 15 minutes where everyone's just brawling, yeah, Dire definitely I give them advantage. But if it goes later than that and they just keep farming and farming and farming, and then they only start fighting at like 20 minutes or 25 minutes, then I give advantage to Radiant.
Yeah, I agree with that. Then again, Terrorblade is one of those heroes like easy get like ahead enough in the laning phase, and you don't deal with him in like the 10-15 minute engagements, he can just like tear through teams also, right?
Yeah, and also if they, let's say they go as 3 with the Brewmaster, Naga Siren plus Disruptor and Tinker just TPing around to help, and Terrorblade just sits in bombs and split pushes, you can just start taking towers and putting pressure across the map and then forcing Dire to split up. And this lineup doesn't really want to split up that much. They do have the Storm is good at picking off, but other than that, like, they support Crystal Maiden and Venomance, so they not really maneuverable to get around the map to go get pickoffs as easy as, like, let's say here like Earth Spirits or something that has maneuverable spells. So interesting. I don't know. This game is going to come down, in my opinion, more to how they play rather than what heroes they have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you gave me like asked me to predict how that last game would have went, I would have failed miserably, because I thought when I was casting the game last game, I was like, okay, the team fight team has come online, they got the team fight, they got the net worth lead now, they shouldn't be able to lose a fight from here, right? And then it just happened.
Yeah, they didn't end up getting their combos off right, and when you don't get your combos off right with a team that's literally just built around keeping combos off right, not going to work out for you. And we see a long pause show.
The more for this one. that one.
I didn't even...
No, I'm not a big fan of the Therablade set of hats. Oh, but I like the weapon though. This one is really nice. Shiny.
Like the weapons. Camille likes shiny stuff, we all know this. Tinker has nothing, what a surprise. Brewmaster, also naked.
And Brewmaster, I think, is one of the better heroes to not have hats. Like, he has really nice hats, but he looks good without hats too.
Yeah, that's true. Naga Siren's got quite interesting sets. They've got wings coming out of her ears.
Was this the vampire set or the sea set? It's the sea set, right?
Yeah, Allure of the Deep. I presume it's the sea, considering it has something.
I mean, everything Naga Siren is like a sea set, but I'm trying to think like in which compendium it came out.
I have no idea.
I think it was last compendium with TI7 with the Reef's Edge.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, last set of hats to talk about before this game starts is the Dragon Knight blue set. I didn't think this should be allowed in Dota from the quote-unquote color scheme that they need to follow, but it's a pretty good set. Like, the dragon form is also really nice.
Yeah, it's a sick-looking set. It does get confusing, I guess, for newer players. Like, what hero is this? You know, he's blue, Dragon Knight's normally red, but it's a nice set. It's not bad. Not a fan.
No,
I don't really like Dragon Knight as a hero anyway. I know he's a good hero, but I don't like watching it. I feel like he's a boring hero to watch and to play.
The most linear hero in Dota 2, bar none. Like, he just does one thing. Get 6, hit tower, yeah.
Have a stun and a nuke, like, and you're tanky. You know, no skill really involved. I guess laning stage is a little bit skill involved when you use your breathe fire to last hit and to minus the damage from the opposing mid. But other than that, simple hero.
30 seconds to battle.
People, man. Simple hero for simple people. Like a maybe and Sumail XD.
And this Crystal Maiden has all her items queued up already. She's going Tranquil Boost straight into Blink Dagger. She's got some optimism going on here. She's like, I don't need any other items. Tranquil Boost, Blink Dagger, who needs a magic wand?
Dedication, man. That is dedication. She actually got a Blink Dagger, I thought, a decent time. Okay, she got like 25 minutes? I don't know, it was a lot of Blink Daggers last game.
And this DK, same build, goes for that magic wand level 1. So does Venomancer. They both have their level 1 magic wands. I don't feel like it's really worth in this game. Like, you're gonna get getting one charge every time the Disruptor throws a thunderstruck on you. Not the best. I would prefer to see something like a Vanguard, you know.
We see 1 plus Ring of Protection coming out from DK. That's odd. Item vault not even gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna go into a Batsy and then straight into a Quelling Blade to last hits.
But you can't finish Batsy in side chopping more, can you?
No, you can't. You have to purchase the Sage. You can purchase the Ring of Protection side chop, the Sage Marsh you have to get from.
Oh yeah, nobody wants to start with that, no?
Yeah. Too expensive for people value in the beginning.
So Wave does get pushed under the tower at level 1 for the Tinker. Gonna miss a couple of CS here. Not bad play by Storm. Managed to get the most out of level 1.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to do with Storm. You want to use your static grab and run the beginning, push lane as much as possible, make them farm the tower, right? You don't want this Tinker to be spamming laser on you constantly and harassing you. You don't want this lane to be going even in it, because once it goes like level 4, level 5, Tinker starts to do a lot of damage to your Storm, and you need to, you know, already have your bottle or something just to sustain through it so that you can get your 6 and then start being a threat on the map.
Yeah. I mean, even level 1 should be tough. Like, Tinker's a 67 base damage hero. Holy crap.
Just some real math right there. Yeah, 67 base damage. Well, 65 base damage plus 2 from else.
Yeah.
He's hitting a little harder than Storm. Storm does have spells though too. He does have Revenant, so if you do get lasered, you can just use your Revenant to get that creep rather than actually hitting it. So, not bad. The problem is the amount of magic damage that can come out of Tinker so early, so often, does hurt a Storm. And he's starting his spam now. Level 1 laser, level 1 rocket, throwing it onto the Storm, trying to make him burn his regen.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you go like the March build on the Tinker like early on, it's still tough for Storm because Storm has to kind of be close to creep waves to get maximum efficiency to farm that.
Yeah, he doesn't have the best range. His range is like what 450 or 480, I think, something like that.
Oh. The tempest of battle.
You're 100% good 480. Well played,
I know some things in Dota, not a lot, but I know some things.
Don't ask Damien what the Storm level 1 spell is called, but he knows the attack.
Yeah, because I just called the, the lightning thing.
I get you. So bottom lane, 3 heroes are kind of sitting to babysit the Terrorblade.
Yeah, DK
getting pretty static laning phase so far.
Yeah, pretty static. DK's still getting levels, getting a little bit of... Okay, he's actually got no DS, but he's getting levels. These 3 heroes not really zoning them out too much. Maybe it would be a good idea for like this Naga to leave this lane and just wait and harass the Storm. Give Tinker an even more lane, because he's not really doing much other than just sapping experience. And you don't really want your support in lane, you can't actually do anything, just taking your experience in the carry. It's actually one of the most annoying things.
And the Terrorblades already got his advantage. He's level 3, he's on 10 nines at this point in the game. Like, they can't really pressure the teammate at all.
He can sit in this lane, he's got the armor. I guess Venomancer, once he gets to like level 2, he gets the level in his Poison Sting, just starts spamming on Terrorblade, might be pretty effective. It does do a large amount of damage. And, you know, it's health removal set by Mr. Kyle. I watched that game, by the way, when he was talking about the Venomancer. Health removal, so it does do a large amount of damage, so spell resistance doesn't do too much against Poison Sting.
Oh, I didn't know it was... What?
I didn't know
crazy.
either, and then Kyle said it, which, for everybody that doesn't know who Kyle is, it's Swindle Melons. He used to play for Complexity Gaming. He was casting at the finals this weekend, or on the panel. I don't think he was casting, I'm not too sure. But yeah, he was talking about it being health removal, which I didn't really know. To me, I feel like it's magical damage. Maybe he's wrong, but he's a pro player, so I'm just going to take his word for it.
No, it's listed as okay, it's listed as magical damage, Gaiden, but I believe him.
Yeah, I'll believe him over myself any day too.
He's actually, I was a big fan of Kyle's casting. Like, I thought he articulates himself so well. He has such passion for the game, and he just knows his shit, man. He knows his stuff.
Yeah, he knows. He's like a really good analytical caster when it comes to Dota, especially in like the international scene. Like he's an ex-pro player, so he obviously knows what he's doing. He was a pretty good player. He played support. He understands the game. He was a captain. And when you take that type of knowledge into a cast, obviously you're going to do a good job. And he's like a flamboyant personality, so you know he's got everything.
Plus Kyle Appreciation Club right here, boys.
Kyle Appreciation Club. You know, I actually hate him as a Dota. Well, I hated him as a Dota player for so long, but I like him as a caster.
Dude, that's like Reddit is in like an enigma right now, dude. A couple of months ago they were flaming him for being a quote-unquote asshole. Now they're in love with him because he's a good caster. It's rough, dude. It's rough.
Just one of those things. I don't know. Looks like the teams are ready. We're gonna get back on the way with this action.
Why? Thank you.
I know. Now we're back. Ready. The Monster's having a decent time top. He's placed level 3. Not that much CS though.
Yeah, these lanes, it's the same theme as last game. Really static laning station. Nobody really wants to be that first blood. So like kind of doing the thing.
So he's actually winning mid here. Like marginally ahead of the Tinker here. He's 17 for 4. As opposed to Tinker is 12 and 2.
Which is quite surprising because Tinker should be spamming that laser on him every time Storm goes for last hit, gets it nice, then should be getting a level advantage for that. But it looks like Storm's having a great time, and this is exactly what you don't want on the side of Radiant, right? If this Storm has a great time and starts to snowball, you're going to be in real trouble because he can pick up your Tinker, he can pick up your Disruptor, your Brewmaster, the Orchid Builder, and they're getting in the Storm mid.
Can they work him down? That's going to be the first blood. Just caught of that.
This is why I came to the surface.
Storm going down gives him advantage to Tinker. He's going to get like a level advantage now, farm advantage, which is everything you need. And this is the perfect time when you're getting a Storm Molly, right? Before he hits level 6, before he hits super maneuverable and hard to catch.
And this is the thing about like, even though you're not 3 heroes in the bottom lane, look at how much space it makes because you're going to go gank the Storm, but you force the Venom Monster TP out. And now you have the Terrorblade who's 2 levels ahead of Dragon Knight facing up against him. And he's going to have the advantage in lane anyway. So even if you're not being there, you're securing him free farm.
Yeah, he should be able to farm this lane no matter what. Like, if push does come to shove where he's being harassed, you can just pop meta to get farm anyway. Like, there's no problem with using meta in the early game. It does have a long cooldown, but at like 4 minutes in the game, you generally, Terrorblades want to do that timing of about the 10.5 minutes. As soon as that wagon hits your lane, where you use it to push the tower. You can use it early to either get a kill or to just farm. Not too big of an issue. Disruptor throwing Thunder Strikes, trying to do what he can, but like we said, not really strong against aggro dual lanes, aggro tri lanes. He doesn't really do much.
Yeah, playing against Dragon Knight as well. This hero doesn't care about her ass, man. He stands in lanes and he farms. Yeah. Dragon Knight got nothing to worry about.
It's 10.5 read or 10.9 read in a second right now in the lane. Like, you can't really right click him. He's got 13 armor, so he's just gonna sit there, last hit creeps, farm, have a great time. Venomancer's just gonna, you know, be there for protection if needed and kind of steal some experience.
Sounds hit his level 6 now in the mid lane though.
And he's actually a level ahead of the Tinker. Tinker's almost level 6, he's 1 creep away, which is quite surprising considering Storm did.
Very much so. Luna farming decent in the top lane as well, 20 CS for 10 denies.
Yeah, and this is like the same theme as last game, right? It's just super passive. There was one rotation middle, but like you won't see much after that. And they're just gonna sit here and they're just gonna farm and farm and and then it's just going to explode like the last game where they're just 5-man everywhere.
I hope so. It could be a game of the consistent farming this game. You know, we got Luna, we got Terror Blades. They farm their stops in the bottom lane. They want to go, they bring down the Dragon Knight.
Yeah. And there's the power of Metamorphosis. You pop that and you hit like a truck. Do a large amount of damage really early in the game. Not many people can deal with it. I'm surprised that he did good. He does have a large amount of armor. Does a breathe fire to reduce some damage that he's taking. I'm not sure, he must have overstayed his welcome, took too much damage before the initiative or something, and then just...
Playing Brewmaster, nearing his level 6. Not having the great start the Brewmaster had in the last game where he got that like 11-minute Blink Dagger, phase boots, all that jazz. But you know, he's surviving, he's getting his levels at least.
The easiest time, right, because Luna is a really strong laner. He does a large amount of damage. I guess the Drunken Haze is probably quite annoying to deal with. And interesting to see, right, this Luna went for 2 levels in Luna Blessing. You see that a lot in like lower level games, but when you watch pro games, they'll max out beam, get 1 level in Luna Blessing, and then they just save skill points. They just save skill points, and they just keep saving them. And if nothing's going on, they throw all the skill points straight into your moon caves, push down towers, farm the jungle and whatnot. And if like the R5 is going on, they'll pick up a level in Eclipse and use that. So
yeah,
a little trick you can do, you know, you don't have to be using skill points to get an extra like 8 damage in lane or something, where level 1 is more than enough that you can do early game with Luna.
For sure. For sure. Bottom lane. Still not much going on. 7 minutes, 2 for 0.
And this does favor the lineup with the Crystal Maiden. But you have this Crystal Maiden, she doesn't have to worry about them like taking advantage of the fact that you have this really weak laner, and she's just giving mana to a whole team so everybody can spam all across the map. Storm's gonna have a great time. You know, they got the Crystal Maiden Storm combo of this Crystal Maiden to level 15 with that 40% mana cost or mana loss reduction aura or whatever it is. Storm can zip around like crazy. It helps him farm with these revenants. So
I mean, with the Kaya, he's sitting at like 28% mana reduction, right? Storm can just go ham, and he picks himself up regen run. Talking about going ham.
Yeah, picks up.
You might just re-engage him with. Oh no, he's farming ancients, never mind.
He's gonna use that to farm ancients. That's a good thing actually, right? You can such a farm ancients. Magic damage is what you need to kill these ancients specifically, so he's a bit lucky on that. Ancients is large amounts of experience really early in the game because nobody really kills ancients at this time in the game. That's a play by him.
Yeah, it is pretty decent. He actually still got some. He can go. Oh no, he's not gonna go. Never mind. Damn it. I was excited for a kill there for a second.
And Terrorblade, surprise, surprise, top of the net worth, you know, is having a nice time bottom, just hitting creeps. Got 1 kill. Oh no, he's got 1 assist. I think there's a Disruptor got the kill. The Disruptor got the kill. And he's just gonna farm, try to become huge.
Crystal Maiden got some nice stacks here for the Luna as well. Big one over the large camp.
Yeah, you see, when you, especially when your support is like making stacks like this for you, you're gonna want those levels of moon. It's like much earlier than like waiting until you hit like level 30 before it's maxed out. I'd like to see him save skill points, like, and he picks up the Eclipse straight away. Like, it's not something you really need to do. Like, Eclipse is a very situational type spell. You don't have to have it all the time. You can just pick it up when you need it.
Yeah. And like, I think the biggest difference here is just that 1 point in move waves and 2 point in move waves makes such a big difference with the 2 bounces.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. It allows you to farm much faster, especially if you go for a build. He's going for the Dragon Lance, a little different. I'm going for the Trade to a Master Madness when I play Luna, and then you just farm up the jungle real fast. You can sustain yourself, you can push real fast, and then you go into like a Dragon Lance or a Yasha or whatever you want to go. This game I'd probably, yeah, Dragon Lance is pretty good. You want to keep that range, so not too bad.
Yeah. Like, you should go for the treads though. Like, I feel like whenever players keep treads, it's just I'm not a fan. Treads is too much efficiency.
Yeah, there's way too much value to just skip out. Like, unless you're planning for the late game, which you don't really do on a Luna, you should be getting trades real early. It just allows you to trade swap, you know, spam out your Lucid Beam even more. He does have the Crystal Maiden aura, so it's not really that big of an issue. But small efficiency plays can help you out. The problem I have, like, the one problem I have with this Luna taking Eclipses, right? When is he ever going to use it on this Brewmaster? Like, he has to wait for Brewmaster to either not have splits or not have mana for split. Because the second he pops his ulti, Brewmaster's just going to hit R and, like, hit the whole thing.
Yeah, it is kind of an issue. When you worry about getting ganked and stuff, it's always nice, but I don't know. This game, no respect. Bottom lane, though, a lot of heroes TP, and they're going to find the Disruptor. He's going to get almost instantly here by Storm. Already, he doesn't know where he wants to go. He's going to re-engage. Storm taking a lot of damage from the CB. He's going to zip out completely. Not looking to re-engage at all.
Yeah, they should just back up from this TB. They saw him use meta, it's fine. Just gonna go back to his heal up, go mid and farm again. Once meta's down, then they can possibly look to make a play on Terrorblade. He does have Sunday. He did take it quite early.
So I think they would get the TV there, to be honest. Like, Storm still at high mana, they had a Dragon right there waiting.
Yeah, they would need to commit hard and like synergize with the commitment, right? They need to get Gale off, they need to use the Frostbolt, the DK stun, and then have Stormlock blow him out. So it was possible, but the Naga was this. Maybe they're a little bit afraid of that.
Yeah. Oh, Luna, he might be in trouble at the top lane. He gets stunned up. The Brewmaster pops his bit. He's going to dive down this Luna.
Yeah, Luna probably should just run in a direction. They're not trying to jig around the tower. It's not really going to do anything to save you. And Bruce,
I think he's dead anyway.
Should probably dead, but you got to try for that survival, not just.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Digging in the trees or something, buy some time, right?
Yeah, she could have gone up to dig in the trees and maybe not get caught by the Brewmaster Brewlings. Or just run straight because you are naturally a fast hero on Luna. Like, it does have a really high movement speed.
Yeah. Storm actually managed to pick up solo kill on Tinker as well in the middle lane, so that's pretty big. The Tinker delayed even further away from his TP boots. 12 minutes in now, still 800 off that.
Yeah, the Storm is having a great time. He's top of the net worth now. He's 1,100 gold above the Tinker, which is not something you want to see. You never really want to be too far behind a Storm on a Tinker, because if you are far behind and the Storm has like half of his Orchid from now, he'll be able to solo kill the Tinker over and over again the rest of the game.
They're gonna commit the Eclipse now. Oh, but Creep Wave tanking it up completely. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Creep Wave just tank it up, and you just feel like this Eclipse pickup was not needed. This level 2 in Lunar Blessing not needed. She could have had 3 points in the Moonglaves, pick up something like a Mask of Madness or something, or like at least sort of lifesteal, and she could have just been farming these stacks, give the lane to something, because the Brewmaster's already got what he wanted out of this lane. She's not going to chase him up. And now we have what, DK, they can move in the shot to bottom, get the Gale, and then DK stun off, DK comes off.
Yeah, I forget both of them. I mean, Tarek's not going to win, but not to follow it up with. TV still on meta, still on cooldown.
Yeah.
But even so, I don't think I'm fighting this right
like,
now.
wasting that stat Storm is actually a big issue, because like you kind of want to now use your Disruptor plus your Naga to go smoke together with that Static Storm once the Disruptor hit level 6, which they should have done earlier. Smoke, go middle, throw the nets onto the Storm, drop the Static Storm on top, and just kill it. Storm can't do anything when he's the Static Storm. Storm's going for a solo kill.
Storm's going for the can't I think he's going to try. Nope, doesn't have the damage. Got the salve though.
Overcommits with the zip, doesn't use many of the spells, doesn't really hit him with much. He does have the salve, so he'll be fine.
Top lane, this Brewmaster's having time of his life now. Not the easiest start, but now he's just bowling it.
But you see, this is the problem, right? This Crystal Maiden is top the whole game, just stealing so much experience from this Luna. Now that this Brewmaster's level 10, this Luna's level 8, she can't really deal with him anymore because he's got the level advantage. So now she has to be constantly scared. This Crystal Maiden can never leave her alone, because Brewmaster with the ultimate, if he ever gets top of that Luna, is probably just going to kill her. And that's the problem with having a support that just sits in the lane the whole time and doesn't do anything, like doesn't like give you the experience. Like you shouldn't be level 6 on Crystal Maiden this early in the game, standing in lane.
Storm Force,
yeah,
double damage.
100% agree.
Missing middle.
Terrorblade still having time of his life this game. He's like free farming. He's got Dragon Lance. He doesn't really worry about
Storm on top of the network, not Terrorblade top of the network. Like Terrorblade not far ahead in the network. So
this Brewmaster actually got split. Luna might be in trouble yet. Oh, okay, doesn't want to die for it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No shrine available, no salve coming out. Luna's not having an easy time right now. Mid lane though. So I'm trying to go for it. Yeah,
I'm still trying to go with solo play. Forces some rotations. Now that just makes space for the Luna, which is really good. It's a good play by him. Might cost him a little bit of mana, but forces rotation gives you space. Should be looking to move around the map. Plant those wards. Don't just sit here. Go stack jungle. Go stack ancients. Like you're level 6 at 15 minutes to Maiden. Like you've got what you need. You don't need more.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Storm is really active in the game, trying to get a lot of kills on the map. He'll be farming a lot as well.
I think he's got his boots to travel. TP top, you know, push it out the way, make sure they don't take that tower. He's just gonna be TPing all over the map now, keeping ways pushed up, and Dire's gonna have a real tough time just pushing down towers in this early.
4 points in the march as well. So in the sleep you can drop down the marches, a whole lot of marches. Like I feel like this is a good time for the lead now. Things are coming online and there we spoke. Terrorblade can work the meta. They say guns available, no Dragon. She's gonna walk us off. But in the meantime, Venom managed to get off the poison Nova.
Yeah, they glimpsed him in the beginning to start the fight. It looks like the Disruptor is gonna go down to the poison damage. Will he? Nah, he'll be fine. He glimpses him back, puts down the
Oh, you walked into the ward.
You walk into another ward now.
Oh, okay, it's fine. It's okay.
Everybody uses the Sunder just to but DK just comes back and he's like, now what?
He's got 17 one-shot. Yeah, there we go. Static Storm is there for the kinetic kill. Beautifully tied from the Disruptor.
The Disruptor comes in, throws his spells. He did stay a little too long to get a right click off. I don't think it was necessary. He would have gotten the kills anyway. He could have survived. So Venomancer does just throw an attack back and get the kill. Little greedy there coming out from him, but in the end it does work out for them. Do get 2 kills for 1. So things looking pretty decent for Radiant right now. You know, Terrorblade top of the net with exactly what you want. You think it's got a good travel. Luna didn't have the greatest time in lane. Your Brewmaster has a good time, so this is a time where they're just going to start taking towers. This is the 60-minute mark.
Are fortified.
Now it's time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Storm looks like he's going for that Orchid. Yeah, Storm going for the Orchid mid. Classic Storm build, go for the Orchid. You have like 2 options with Storm right after you get your card. You go Bloodstone, more for farming and like snowboarding type build, or you go for the Orchid, which is for fighting and killing. So he's going for the Orchid and plan.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Can he catch the Disruptor now?
Wow.
Not committed there for the side of the Dire to not defend that tower.
And look here,
Luna does have some space top.
And here's the similarity of last game. Last game was a little bit earlier, it was about 14-15 minutes where the team fighting stopped. Now we've got 4 people bottom in 17 minutes a game and everybody just wants to fight.
Yeah. It's really odd to see at this, like, you don't have core that really want to fight this game.
Yeah, not super early.
On the side of the Radiant at least.
But the thing is, Radiant do have an advantage when you play a style like this, right? Tinker could be anywhere on the map, just farming anywhere, and he can always be at that team fight. So Tinker should have a great time if they're going to be sitting here in these like large bubbles of groups, just trying to push and farm and get kills. Luna farm in the jungle, he really needs some sort of life steal. Mask Commandos would be so brilliant this game. He can just sit there real fast.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Hitting top tower. Oh, they died.
Oh, you got the song. Set up and ghost. He's gonna go down it. I'm gonna say, but here we go. He made an out here. He's gonna get the triple here. No, Thunder comes from Terrorblade. You're gonna get queen for the drop there anyway. Sorry, that's not really good. Get got Naga Siren there.
Under attack.
They got the Naga Siren. They did lose 2 that now. Crystal Maiden in kind of an awkward spot with no TP. I'm surprised. Are they gonna go look for him? Yeah, they need to go look for him. You should scan, see where he is.
She got Tango. She can get out here. He's fine.
Oh, she can guard one way, but she's a Crystal Maiden. Now she's gonna run away from a Terrorblade. And there he fine.
So funny. Alright, I'm just gonna say, if she waited up here, right? And when the creep wave walked past Chow Tree and ran away. Okay, no, there's Glimpse even.
There's Glimpse, and she has 360 movement speed. Terrorblade running at 412. Are you gonna really get away? Is there getting away from Disruptor? I don't think so.
I mean, she got rush K4. She did a lot of damage there in that fight. She killed 1 hero. It's fine. She's a maiden. She's supposed to die, right?
Yeah, she's supposed to die. Maiden, you know, you're supposed to have like 12 minutes at the end of the game, but you did your job because you gave everyone mana and planted wards.
Both left now. Dragon Knight going for the Maelstrom as well. Very popular item for these teams. You go top lane.
What do you think about Maelstrom on Dragon Knight? That's something interesting. You know, died.
Double crit from the Brewmaster bringing out the Luna there. Now I was just about to say she's catching up in form so nicely. That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, he's got his Blink Dagger now. He had a great time stopping again on this Brewmaster. Surprised they let him through again on that hero.
I'm not a big fan of Maelstrom on like most heroes right now. I think the item's pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, like the only hero you really see by Maelstrom is what, like Sniper?
Yeah.
Think of anything else?
On Sniper, I like it a lot because you can just like dish out crazy amounts of damage, but most
that makes a lot of sense on Sniper. That's the thing.
And when you're playing like a melee carry against that PL or something, it's good like against PL, Mjolnir, to build it into Mjolnir is pretty good, but other than that, I don't know, very situational item.
Yeah, I feel like this DK should have been more like a Blink Dagger and like, you know, in that line initiator for his team, goes in, baits everyone in for the Storm and Luna to come in, the Venom to come in, and just like try and make some space on the map for their Luna, because their Luna's really struggling now. He is falling behind, he's behind the Brewmaster even. The top like 3 networks beside the Storm sitting on the Radiate side, so they need to be active. They can't just be playing this farm here.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, there's 1 H sack for the Luna. Don't think that's the biggest deal.
Maybe they just wait for the Storm Walker before their go time. Might be. Yep.
Yeah. And like you said, with the thing, it's really tough for Luna to like play on other sides of the map. It's engagement. Storm can Tinker can always come in there, put a hamper on your day, drop you to low HP. That might probably be able to kill you.
Yeah, the only thing I think it does have to worry, he does have to try to keep tabs on where the Storm is, because if he does see lane and Storm is anywhere near there, that Storm is going to go for that kill, especially once he has Orchid, and he's not too far away from it. He's about, say, 500 gold, not even 250 gold, 500 gold. I would
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The max on this cast is just stupid, dude.
Yeah, like why go to university instead of maths for 3 years? Doesn't matter.
No, dude, you should have just went to big max classes.
Yeah, definitely.
Venomonster trying to farm up here as well, getting some vision down in the jungle.
Go look at the Naga's build now. This is an interesting item build to be going first item.
Naga eggs.
First item, and she's almost got it. She is like 9 gold away.
That's actually crazy. Naga eggs is really strong, right? You don't see it usually because like past 4 Nagas just suffer and never get farmed. But that chick has farmed as a offlane Dragon Knight, right?
No, she's pretty well. She's not as far. She's quite far behind him, like a couple of thousand gold. But
yeah, 1,000 gold.
It is quite a nice spot, right? You think about it this way: then better ulting all that. You're not gonna sleep, and you just heal everyone back up. Oh, Brewmaster. No, Brewmaster looks like he's in trouble.
Little Brew is dropped fast, and now he actually might go down to the Luna. They're gonna try. He's actually TPing onto the Luna. He's gonna get you in time. No, he's not, and Brewmaster's gonna go down.
That would have been a really risky play by the tank. If TP'd in there, he might have killed the Luna, but his net is higher than Luna, and you'd end up falling, so it's not really a worth trade. So it's a good thing that Brewmaster's foot died, because if he came in, wouldn't have been worth it.
I think if he got in there earlier, I think it would have been fine, because they would have burst off.
Yeah, if he got in there a lot earlier, he would have got it would be fine, but not at the stage where it was.
Yeah, that point I was like, whoa, bro, settle down.
And this, okay, just staying in the same location with his Maelstrom, just farming, you know, that tri-jungle. And Storm going on a disruptor middle, gets the Orchid or kill, easy kill for her. And this is the beginning of the Storm snowball. This is exactly what you want your Storm to do, so just go around killing things over and over again. And this is exactly what they need to do, because they are falling behind a little bit. So if he starts getting kills, gets his Bloodstone up, plus one more item, he should be in a really good place in this game.
Maiden, oh, she messed up the stack, unfortunately. Close.
But like I was saying before, this Naga Ags, one thing is they put Venom ulti and you just sleep, and that ulti is completely wasted.
Right, I was going to say the same thing before we got distracted by the getting destroyed. Oh, actually, the Brewmaster over. Actually, the Brewmaster over destroyed. And there we go. Storm looking for the Tinker. Is he going to find him? Tinker jigs him in the trees.
That doesn't end up finding the Tinker, unfortunate. They probably should get up either some lane wards or some Tinker wards up, just so that they can see where the Tinker is, or approximately where it is. The Storm can't make in these places get the kill.
Do you like this game aside, if you go like Kaya into Orchid, did you like that build, or you still think the Bloodstone is the way to go?
I think when you face Tinker, you want to go the Orchid as soon as possible, because that is your mechanism to kill him, and he is a free kill for you if you find him every time, especially if you have an Orchid. He's not a tanky hero, and if you stop from getting his laser off, you can just kill him super easy.
True.
So I like the idea. I would like to see him go back for something like he's going back for Lincoln's. I would prefer to see him go for Bloodstone and just try to beat snowballing factor in the game. Bloodstone does help you with that a lot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
4 mines woke up on the side of the Radiant, but it looked like I know something's up. They're all backing away. Maiden might just show in the top lane, but if it's even a 4 mine smoke to kill a Maiden, I would be okay with that.
Maiden had a blink. She did have time to blink away, and didn't notice in time, gets picked off. And then
Luna actually TP'd into them. Oh,
yeah, but she got glimpsed away. The glimpse saved.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good old support disruptor going to work there.
Structures are
they are taking that tier 2 top, and this is interesting, right? Have we seen a 5-on-5 team fight in this game? We haven't, right? So we have complete opposite. Even though they were grouping up as a team, there's no fights going on. It's quite interesting.
Nobody wants to commit to this. Dragon Knight still farming away.
Dire's top tower
and also Storm is going to try to burst the disruptor. He's playing very pretty with that ward. Now Storm just gets out.
Yeah, they are losing towers, and that's a problem. They haven't taken one tower yet, so that's probably majority of the network lead right now is on towers. So if they can manage to get farm on this Luna, if she gets, or she went for Yasuo, going straight for the BKB, not even going for Manta. I don't know, Manta would have helped you, like, I just like Manta and Mask Maps would help you farm a lot faster and keep lanes pushed out. And if you keep lanes pushed out enough, you know, teams can't really make plays against you. But this game, once that BKB does make sense, she is facing quite a bit of magic damage when it comes to Disruptor plus the Tinker. The Brewmaster does offer a little bit of magic damage. But other than that, not a bad build. Not what I would go for, but would work.
Yeah, I feel like you need one of the two, like the Manta or the Ask Commander just to help you push out these lanes with your Tinker. Like you're naturally gonna push out lanes fast as a Luna, but like only later on at this. Like this point you'll just dash a Dragon Lance. It's not. I mean it's fine now, but like she could have been at this point so much faster kicking out by MOM early.
Yeah, if she got an early MMA, she'll probably have these same items plus the MMA and like about now, if she farms efficiently.
Dire's bottom
Dragon
tower
Knight
is
gonna
under
slither
attack.
there against this. Go.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I think it's
attack.
gonna be a
For
nuisance.
Lincolns.
There's gonna be a nuisance all around. That's exactly what you need to go as a tank when you're facing a storm. You need that link. You need to either be able to stop or stop the electric vortex. If he does manage to stop the electric vortex, he can just TP out as long as it's off cooldown. So it is the right item. I've seen other players do other things like buying Shadow Blades on Tinker. So with Storm sips in, you just Shadow Blade, and then the Storm has to buy dust, but then it gets to late game and Storm has 6 slots, it can't hold the dust and can never pick you off because you have a Shadow Blade. Quite a meme thing, but it's quite funny.
Tinker gets caught here in the top lane. That's trouble. He's gonna go down.
Yeah, this is exactly what Storm just wants to do this game. Every time he sees Tinker, he just wants to kill him. It's a large amount of gold. Tinker sapping a lot of like farming experience off the map. You're killing it, taking it for yourself, and that's what you want. That's exactly why you pick Storm. Like the number one reason they pick Storm this game. Once to counter Tinker, and he's slowly doing his job.
So, 1100 gold swing just from that one kill there. That's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, the thing is pretty farmed. He's just a little behind this thing. But the Terrorblade is the number one threat in this game. I haven't really seen this Terrorblade turn up for a fight. Going for the BKB. Looks like a mass BKB game again. That's coming out. Brewmaster's is going for BKB. Naga has to axe. I can't believe I'm saying that. 27-minute axe on Naga first item.
Going for a pipe up next, and I think Venom is going to be fully negated after that. I mean, then again, he's spending so much time committing to like count a small Venom, but there we go. He's going to be someone. Axe can't help you if you silence my friend. And that's it now. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Axe can't help you silence, just like you said it. So if you're caught up by the storm, you're going to die. And that's the one thing that they're doing is. The one mistake they're doing this game is you're facing a storm. What a storm's going to do when you run, especially when you go for Pokeball, is going to look for those pickups. So just run around and have that one hero sitting behind your other hero. Just bait that storm out. He comes in, you drop the static field on top. Or if he comes in, you like fight him with whatever heroes are like next to each other. You don't just sit there solo because he will pick you up solo. You won't be able to win that fight. So just group up a little, farm in pairs, and you should be fine.
100%. Now Networthy is staying pretty stable at like the 4-5k mark on the right side for both these towards side of the Radiant, despite getting picked up by the storm so many times. So I'm going to be zipping back home now. Some mana. He's going for the Lincoln Sphere. I would have liked to see him go for the Orchid, sorry, the Bloodstone, like just to help that snowball factor.
Yeah, I don't feel like he needs the Lincolns this early in the game. Like he could use the Bloodstone, getting all like the pickoffs that he's getting. He would have had you're getting some nice charges. He can continue that throughout the game, get to like that ridiculous amount of Bloodstone on Storm. Then he's got the Crystal Maiden Aura once he's level 15, and he can just zip across the map and just kill anyone.
Luna has completed a Black King bar now. Gonna be hitting level 18 now as well for the max level Eclipse. You're on a 20 talent, which is really sort of the extra stats.
Yeah, got his BKB. DK's farming up the Lincolns now. He's got his Shadow Blade as well. Interesting, going for Lincolns on DK. You don't really see that. I would prefer probably a BKB, but I guess Lincolns. It's just the Thunder, right? That's like the main reason.
Yeah, I think so. I still think you just need BKB against Lincoln, Naga, Disruptor.
Yeah, I think so too. Like BKB is one of those items. Remaster did just pop his 10-second BKB and got nothing out of it. Fortunate.
What ways do you have to cancel BKB? You got Tinker Laser, you got Glimpse, you got Naga Net, and you got Brewmaster Drunken Haste. That's how it is.
Yeah, you also have... Yeah, that's basically it. You also have, what, Disruptor ulti is a good thing that you want a BKB to get out of. You don't want to be stuck in there. We'll see. I don't know, they're grouping bottom, there are 4 people bottom, we're going to be pushing the bottom 2 tower, but here the Cancermancer just planting his Plague Wards down, slowing down this push. Tinker slowing down pushes in the ends.
Holy crap, Storm with the zip TP. Oh, got a Disruptor though. Still standing.
There's a TP, he did it a little early, he could have creeped with, we could just wait a couple of seconds, and then we would have completely stopped the push. But Venomancer just doing
this might be an okay fight if really like committed fight. This is a lot of Plague Wards down.
Yeah, it's a lot of Plague Wards, and there's a lot of time being wasted right now. I would like to see this in the top lane pushing out the lane. Like, there shouldn't be in the jungle, especially he knows the enemies here. So, catches the Disruptor, they got that Tinker Ward, they see.
I missed it. And now we go to Master Regime, he gets off the BKB, brings on another hero. The 1-for-1 trade so far.
And here comes the Knights. We have vision. Tinker's just going to spam March. They can't really get close. The Venom ult's not really doing much. And like, there's not a good ult right now. Just heal everyone to full. And they could actually do some high ground damage. But they choose against it.
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
Push top. Just the tier 1 traded there.
They need some tiles on the map, so it's not too bad. You know, they've got a tier 1 and they need that mid and that bottom. Close down on better lead at the end. Not too big of a lead, only 3k at the moment. But this game is very much slower than it was in the last game at the 30-minute mark. At the 35-minute mark, we had level 25 in the game.
Yeah, this is a completely different situation. But we see the shield wagons come out with still the tier 1s going. The double siege. Something you don't see often. So fascinating to me, actually.
Yeah, you definitely do not see that often. Like double siege wagons and lanes hitting towers. But this does help die out a little, right? These siege wagons are going to eventually chip down these towers slowly and take them out for them, so they'll get the gold eventually. That's quite nice for them. And Luna's going for the Ags. My word.
Alright, I'm theorizing this, right? Storm is going for Ags, which is something I like because he kind of likes lockdown. And then you're gonna put Luna Ags on Storm Ags and you're gonna get like those massive black hole with the Luna ulti just going ham. Yeah, I'm ready for this stage.
Luna away!
That could be one play. What I would more think is you just have a massive Luna that hits really hard, stands in the front line, they all go on the Luna there, and the Storm zips in and pulls everyone in, and Luna just beats them to death.
Nah, that's too boring, man. That's too boring.
Probably boring, but it's probably the more efficient play. And they found the Luna, they net her. We're gonna drop to the shot on top. She beat
She's gonna box off. See, can she destroy this? She's gonna try, but Blade's coming down. I just want to TP out of this, but nope. You're gonna commit. Dragonite, he's slept up now. She's gonna run. Can you get the try and make you get the try, but can she make it up? So she's gonna get both down. It's wrong, sorry. The Venom wants to get a good RTA block. We're not going down the other side now. Terrorblade is here by himself. But if he can be any 3 of them, and here comes the oh my, so many heroes coming. 3 heroes wiped from the side of Radiant. Terrorblade trying to get away off. Oh, the Lincoln! And now 4 heroes wiped on the side of Radiant. Just the Brewmaster trying to charge on this maiden.
Yeah, looks like that Lincoln's came out in handy. We were wrong.
Yeah, dude, we dusted it.
100%.
And Brewmaster, is he gonna make it out? He doesn't have a TP.
He doesn't have a TP. He's in an awkward spot. The Storm has 28 mana regen a second. He's gonna get mana. With the zip and find him. He's just gonna run and find him. And the Brewmaster's gonna have to kind of stand here and be like, now what? Going for the right with the same talent he went for last game, which we presume now he's gonna go right click build, but they didn't have Blade Mill. Wouldn't you want a Blade Mill with that extra 200 health? I don't know, maybe.
Alright, wait, let's see. I think it wasn't this guy playing, it was Ghost, it was the Dragonite player playing the Brewmaster last game.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well then he's going for the same talents. And
right. So our advice is last game. Can he kill 2 birds with 1 stone, you know?
Yeah. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Venomancer, he's got his Veil, he's got his full up. He's going to be looking for an Ags now or some sort of other utility item, not too sure what. I think Ags is probably the way to go, more damage. It does increase the duration of the ultimate if I'm not mistaken, I think. I actually have no idea.
Wait, let's go find this thing.
I know it increases the damage, I'm not sure about the duration. But once the BKB start getting to 5 seconds, this Venomancer is going to start doing a lot of damage. The problem I have with this game is this DK just doesn't seem to be much of a threat.
He's maybe forming to be a threat at some point.
Yeah, okay, you know, he'll get 6 slots at some point with that Mushroom Storm, getting another pick off, that's where she had that Bloodstone. You know, get another charge.
Yeah, this is my issue with playing Storm on a Bloodstone, is that you're gonna go for these crazy pickoffs, but then he has to walk all the way back home before you can do it again.
Yeah, it's like super inefficient, but he is almost level 25. He is real close. And this is like 34 minutes of the game. Did I miss a patch or something where people just get more experience?
This guy's just a you know, pop the BKB, pretty defensive. I should get out there, get boxed on the Tinker. He's still gonna get done up by the Brooding though, but Dragonite here, the rest is fine and bring down the Panda. Can he do it? Oh, no, so much damage and they do bring down the Panda. He's here by himself now. We're gonna pop the beta. He wants to go for this anyway. And look at that, one more. Oh, that glaive from the own illusion. Bring down the Luna there. It's a 3-for-2 trade and a lot converted. And here comes the Storm. He's gonna get in the big. He gets some silence on his ball. Terribly. He might be in trouble. He's gonna pop the BKB. Strong come. And he's gonna heal up. Can they burst on the Storm Spirit? He's pretty high mana. They're gonna do the maiden first. And they gets incinerated.
I feel like that Naga sleep was not actually needed. Like, he did pop the BKB after, they don't really have damage to kill him. Like, he has 35 armor, it's not like you can right-click him down. He still had the Sunder available. And there was a Crystal Maiden there for him to Sunder who doesn't actually have a Linken's.
Dire's middle tower is
sleep
under
a little bit
attack.
wasted, but it's, you know, it's not too bad. It does work out in their favor anyway. And then just gonna try push high ground now. Venomancer doing Cancermancer things, planting his wars. Storm doing his zippy thing to kill creep and TPing. Did miss the creeps a little. Ooh,
there you go. Might be jump for the other phone stop though. Terrible, he's actually like beating down on this high ground.
Yeah, they don't have anyone like a
storm going in, trying to bring down the other side. He gets up to silence, but don't even have time. He actually does have time. She busted down. He's dead.
Oh, also used Linken's break. That was wrong direction. Unfortunate. Check out through the shadow blade.
He's actually got the sun in his candy. He's gonna try. Oh no, the dragon. He's gonna die. Make that fourth storm spirit. One more right click and it does the job. Ultra kill.
If you think to harness nature's power,
so the last game we had, you know, multiple
BKBs.
BKBs. This game we had multiple BKBs and Linken.
Dire's top
Very
tower
defensive
is under attack.
Luna, I just don't know how I feel about this Luna. I really feel like she should have just got physical damage. I already had enough magical damage coming out from the heroes. Like, just get that physical damage, hit real hard, get to the enemy high ground and just wipe out their verse.
Okay, so I'm gonna easy from this game. I'm not sure why Radiant stuck around so long, like after Naga Siren went there. I feel like if the Naga Siren was gonna dive there and they wanted to make the play on Storm, they needed to go west, like while Storm was going on Naga, but I don't know. Super rough there in the base.
I'm interested to see what this Luna thinks of getting as her next item, right? She's got the Dragon Launch, she's got the Yasha, which are right-click items and nice stats and movements. Then she went for magical damage. She's got the talent for all magical damage, the minus beam cooldown plus the damage. It's like another hybrid build where like people are kind of building like hybrid like physical damage and magical damage, not like kind of trying to stick to one.
I haven't seen this build in a pro, like in a really long time.
Probably a reason for that. It's countered by one item, the BKB.
It's a lot of heroes already have.
Radiant's middle tower.
Like when your carry gets countered by one like 3,000 gold item, not the best thing. Storm zipping all the way back to base. Too bad you don't have a bloodstone so that you can get all your mana back real fast. I'm gonna keep
why does Storm have his other 25 talent is so bad? Like who cares if overload pieces while immunity?
Hey man, it could be annoying. I don't know. You know, ice frog things. Maybe it's broken and we just don't know about it.
No, it's not broken.
Zip zap!
Storm doing his zippy thing again. Plants 50 million remnants in the lane.
This is a broken talent, dude. Look at this. Like just 300 damage nukes all around the map, you know?
Creep waves. No risk to yourself. Ooh, did Fine Tinker? Oh, he put touch just in front of him. That's unfortunate. Dragon Knight loses all his ults in the march. Yeah, wow.
He's going for BKB stuff. They went Linkers into BKB, alright?
And Radiants are taking Rosh with the double damage group after.
This is why he does 30 damage talent. Oh, but Storm finds him. He's gonna get Rosh as well. Gonna get the but the sleep so good from the knock, saving the blue. He's gonna pop the split. Okay, follow this up. We done coming in. Drop the hands off. So much damage coming on. Remember, he popped his BKB. He's fine. Push on. Storm, he's gonna be forced to zip out. Luna can actually make it away. BKB away off now. Blaze comes in trying to get Blaze off here. Gets him a nice freezing field, but it's not enough.
Yeah, we call that the zoning freezing field where you cast and nobody wants to come in. That's ends up happening. You know, ulti acted quite a bit damage, but
two sports are dead on the side of Radiant. This could expose Road. Luna, sorry, the Radiant blown up. Tinker putting in the work, but Luna now right taking away both these cores. It's just too much for him to deal with, and 4 heroes are dead.
Radiant's bottom tower
4 heroes
is
dead.
under
I'm
attack.
not too sure why the Tinker did this whole 360 turn to try laser Linken's Dragon Knight when he could just laser the Luna, who's the actual prey hitting you. Most damage probably would have killed the Luna as well, as it is pure damage. But the falling. Did that Terrorblade fall? I don't think so, right? He did live. I did waste his thunder on the DK's Linken's.
Alright, let's look at the kill feed. Yeah, he survived. He
survived. So it was a 4 for what? 2 trade. Pretty good for the Radiant. And this is now the scary part, right? The Storm is actually, he got his Bloodthorn now, so he does a large amount of damage. He is going into that Chief Stick, so he's going to have all that control, do a large amount of damage, and he scales really well in this game. So, good pick, had a good time, and he might actually be the reason why his team comes out ahead in this game.
Alright, so another aspect, I know we seem like we're harping about this. Actually, I'm not even gonna bring it up. I'm not gonna bring it up. Just pretend it never happened. Don't mind stuff about catering. So it's actually about the Luna's lifesteal. Right? So after that, Daya wiped 4-2. Terrorblade has to get the hell out. So Roshan is exposed now. If you had lifesteal, you could hit the Roshan. Sorry, Storm TV's back there, and you guys have Aegis. Now 40 minutes into game on your Luna or your Storm, right? You're in a really good position.
Yeah, it's an
but now you're forced to back away.
Like if he had lifesteal and right items, he would have been lifesteal in that fight and probably survived because he just had more life or effective HP.
I mean, you survived in the fight. It's just you can't follow up with it because you have no sustain to Roshan.
Yeah, he survived, but they couldn't follow up with Roshan. My bad. I don't know what I was thinking there. Storm zipping across the map again. Oh, he's zips real far with that Crystal Maiden thing.
Yeah.
My gosh, almost one shot that Brewmaster. That's actually got to be. You got to be scared of that, right? You can't.
It's with an arcane rune as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy crap.
Oof. That's some serious stuff right there.
Over here now.
Terrorblade farming up the jungle, going for his BKB. He has it now. Luna's going for boots of travel now. He feels like he has the items he needs. Let's have boots of travel. Venno got the Ags, and it does increase the duration by an extra 7 seconds. Yeah, extra 7 seconds.
Oh, snap. 60-second TD as well. A serious amount of damage.
Oh, it does a crazy amount of damage. 110 damage per second for 23 seconds is like 2,300 damage from 2,330 damage. I don't know, I don't want to do math right now. And every 60 seconds, that's like an insane amount of damage. It is countered by items. You can buy pipes and BKBs, and regen's really good against it. But
I mean, it outlasts pipe though. Like pipe is 12 seconds, you know?
Yeah, that does outlast pipe, I guess. But you got to remember, health regen was buffed up in patches, so... That
is very true. Very, very true. But you know, there was an item made to counter that. It's called the Spirit Vessel.
There was. Spirit Vessel.
Unfortunate game, but there is an item out there.
Yeah, I don't...
Now 4 minutes spoke on the side of the Radiant.
Well,
that might be trouble. This is by the front. He has a BKB, but he used it a little too early. And now she was matched out of it. Can she make it out though? I don't think so. One more hit from the Terrorblade should do the job, and he is dead.
That's one mistake out of the Luna there. The second she saw the net, she should have just popped BKB to dodge the net. She would be perfectly fine. Or once the net hits, use the Manta really early, and you would be fine. A little bit of mistake, ends up falling for it. Just go a little bit faster on using your items, understanding what potentially could kill you, how they're getting damage, and be ready for it.
Got the buyback too. For the scenario there, we push but no Luna ulti to follow that up with. Really, Venomont ulti, he gets blown the hell up. The Storm, he's going back, he catches the backman, 2 heroes dead. Both is more taken on. Okay, he's still putting out the damage. He's got the BKB. He's actually getting a lot of damage here. He's trying to bring down the Dragonite, but he can't actually fight him. No Sunday either. He's gonna go down, double kill. Goes Brewmaster, still doing his thing. Trying to bring down this DK. He gets up the stun, but now Storm's zipping in, kills the creep. Think of being. Now the last ruling, is he gonna survive here? I don't think so. One more hit. Triple kill for the Dragonite.
4-man wipe. That Storm gets a beautiful electric vortex off on 3 heroes. They get the Venom ulti off on all 3 plus the Gale. That Terrorblade's in real trouble then. Sitting there fighting DK. He can't use his Sun to get life back because DK has Lincolns. Brewmaster couldn't break the Lincolns in time with these Brewlings, and
that was all without the Luna.
Yeah, that was all without the Luna because they just got a massive combo off, right? If you're hitting 3 people with your spells like that, they're definitely going to be taking a team fight, even if you're at a disadvantage.
No, Hycron might be in the switch. You can force out some buyback to get some big bulk damage here. You're actually taking a decent amount here from the Storm plus Dragonite. But maybe I think they're going to try to come in off my finger. Sorry, Storm, he's going to go and try to burn on the front as best as he can. One more hit, going to do the job. Might even score that kill. Sorry, Lakers is going to pop. Can he jump the Sinker in the back lines?
I don't think he's going to jump. Oh, Tinker did overextend. I would have jumped the Tinker there. He did overextend, come into your face. That's no mana. Maybe they're a little bit scared of, yeah, the Naga was up, did have the sleep, so could have saved him. Ended up getting a tier 3 tower, now Shrines are exposed. And this game turned quite fast. Like early was going Radiance, now it's pretty much in the hands of the Dire, right? They seem to be quite far ahead when it comes to team fights, especially with this like snowballing storm. Or should I say lightning balling? I don't even know.
Oh, it's that time of the cast, boys. It's that time of the cast.
When you start making things up to make it entertaining, because everybody's back in the jungle farming.
Yeah. Okay, so no, Damien, you were actually so wrong, man. The Axe doesn't make the duration longer. It's the 20 talent for Venomonster.
Seriously? Oh, it's a you see, you learn something every day. It doesn't matter what rank you are.
True.
I actually didn't even know he had a talent. Yeah. Well, any more player to ever point that out? Because I definitely know Camille didn't think of that himself.
I just looked at him now, dude. I don't have to think about it. You know, there's when you click hover over the talents, it kind of tell you what they do. You know, I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. I'm sure you thought of that, and Tamir's not behind you correcting things.
Dude, I got over on the GT card. The Dragon Knight is going towards an AC now. He's more or less. Does he have the plate man? He does have the plate man on the career, so he's more or less done with an AC.
Yeah, he just needs the recipe. 900 gold away. It's gonna help his team a lot. Like Armor's really good against Terrorblade.
Are scanning.
It's a good pick. Luna's going for an MKB.
This guy doesn't know what he wants from life, man.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what he wants. He wants lots of magical damage, but then he wants to do physical damage as well. Dies. Storm picks off.
What the million lines of trouble. He's fine.
Whoa, what I missed?
Nope.
He killed it. How did he have a glimpse, son?
He killed. Never mind. Dude, I just can't. Like, he's zipping from the base for these things. It's actually insane.
Yeah, it's like very almost impossible to actually find and see these kills before they happen. Like, unless you just sit and stare at the storm the whole game. Oh, he finds another arcade.
This guy is actually a god.
Where's the party?
Who's he gonna find? Alright, this time I'm watching him, boys. He's heating up. Alright, I'm waiting. We're just gonna follow the storm.
They do not see anyone on the map right now, so he can't, you know, do his speed thingy.
Tinker's gonna show bottom. Okay, no, he makes in the trees fast.
He's just gonna zip all the way to middle lane and zip all the way back. Now he's going for the Bloodstone. He's like, yeah, I need that regen. What is he gonna solve for the Bloodstone? What do you think he's gonna get rid of for the Bloodstone? He shreds?
Yes. Like, Kaya, I would say it's like something you could get rid of, but not at this point with the Maiden Knife, because it's just a lot of value you're getting.
I guess you could get rid of it and just use your Maiden as your Crystal Maiden as your like, substitute Kaya, right? And then get another item. So basically like a normal Storm Spirit, but with extra items.
Yeah.
Might be the play, or you could just get rid of your Chairs, like you don't really need.
Yeah, you don't need to on this hero.
Yeah. Got him. Gonna finish off Hurricane Pack now. Kind of like a mixture build. Pretty weird. Not too sure.
Yeah, I don't think this guy needs to go Bloodstone now though. Like, there's no point. Just pick up a Shivas or something useful.
Yeah, I would definitely probably go for Shivas or something with a Bloodstone. I guess he just wants more.
He could Nullify as well. Then he has like, he can kill heroes with BKB.
Yeah, if he went Nullify, he could pretty much solo kill anyone. He can already pretty much solo kill anyone in this game.
Yeah, he's got a Scythe. Doesn't really need it.
Roshan is up right now. Team's probably going to be aiming to take that. Get some water on there. There are some water from the Dire. Water close to Rosh. He finds a Terrorblade. He does not have the damage.
And now he's in great trouble. Does not have. He's using it for he doesn't have fire. He's still going to go in anyway. Give me poison him off. What do they have to follow up with? The sleep comes out. Trying to heal up his heroes. Nice. Whacking through with the BKB. And now all for fun. They give him so much opening. He just like can't get it. Is he gonna make it out? No, he's gonna close it down, but so does the Terrorblade. The three trades so far. And Tinker, he's gonna go down. 100 seconds out of the game. He's gonna buy back instantly though. Is he gonna TP to the creep wave? Try clean out this Luna? No, he's not.
The Crystal ulti on top of the Eclipse is just so much damage flying everywhere. Like illusions just die. People just die. Like you don't actually even know what's going on. Like just so much chaos.
Like, I'm all for flashy things, but I couldn't see anything in that fight, man.
Yeah, I just saw Lucent Beams killing illusions, so Crystal Maiden ulting, and people dying. I did see a Sun go off. Venom did get sundered by the Terrorblade, so Terrorblade didn't die on the Venom ulti, which he would have if he didn't get the thunder off.
But now a big opportunity has opened up for the side of the Dire. The Tinker does not have buyback. Say they find him, that could mean the high ground for the side of the Dire.
Yeah, that's a scary thing.
Or to bring down the Radiant high ground.
Tinker's basically the high ground defense. They do have Terrorblade illusions, but if they find Tinker again, they're in a bit of trouble. Crystal Maiden going for the BKB. Pretty much the same build they went last game on the Crystal Maiden. You know, Blink, Glimmer Cape, it's BKB. Just try to get those big ultimates off. She went for the 250 attack speed of Crystal Maiden.
Oh snap.
We got Machine Gun Maiden.
Wait, I'm gonna watch her farm. Wait, I missed that ancient trap. I'm gonna see the next one. She got this.
There's a regeneration. Ah, should have kept that for the storm.
This'll come in handy.
Guess they didn't really have time. Gonna time out in about 4 seconds.
Okay, I need to watch this lady get a creep, dude. I am waiting so patiently.
The thing, the only issue I have with this is that Crystal Maiden is playing such a way that she wants to get big ultimates off all the time. Why wouldn't you go for the freezing field damage then?
I can't. I don't not have an answer to your question, sir.
Hey, guess what? Rune just spawned bottom.
Illusion!
Haven't seen this one before, boys.
Go for my tower.
Tinker, he's got his Hex now. This is a good form of control for the Storm Spirit.
I don't know how I feel so much about this Axe on Storm. He is gonna have to get to a point where he can right click.
I mean, he's got Bloodthorn, right? He can right click pretty decently.
Yeah, but he doesn't right click like super hard. Like he has a decent right click, but not great. And then you got your Luna who went like this hybrid build. He's got decent right click, but not great. And you got a DK. Okay, I guess his DK has got pretty right click. He's got some nice items for that right now.
This DK has been putting a lot of work. Like he was 1 for 6 at some point in this game. Now it's 8, 7, 14.
Yeah, he got that, you know, that 40 strength and 2 Dragon Blood HP regen at level 20 and 25.
And the monster right now.
And now his tanky is all hell. Another
smoke
smoke
up here from Daya. Who can they find? Oh, they actually find down Siren. She's left. That's a big pick. No disengage now if they're gonna go for another kill.
The Luna did pop the BKB though. Not too sure why. Like that Naga was dead 100%. There was no rebuttal coming out. Maybe she was just a little bit scared of like. I'm not even sure.
Roshan is exposed. They're gonna go for this.
Yeah, Naga's the perfect hero you want to pick off before you go for Rush, right? You can't do that like sleep shenanigans where they come and steal your edges. Sargon asking how's this game still going? Well, you're watching Sargon, that's how it's going.
Yeah, they're just putting on the show for you, sir.
Yeah, they're making it extra long for everyone.
Still not one to see.
They give it to the Luna.
Right.
Which is interesting because like Luna and this DK, I mean the Storm and this DK are kind of your true 1 positions right now. With this. Luna's kind of 3 now. She's all spell damage, not. She has some right click, but not a lot.
Find ourselves a DD top.
Double damage.
DK is like, I am carry now. Look at me, I am your captain. Let's go.
They're ready for the Storm. He's just messing around because he finds of a regen rune. Having a good time.
210 mana regen a second. Nothing, you know, too broken.
He's gonna let it go down. Oh, GG.
GG.
I'm over it.
You're calling GG right now, huh?
Yeah, just when we're getting the good part. All the fun for all the viewers. Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
top is slowly pushing in.
Bot lane's pushing in as well.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go deal with the creep waves. And slowly take the bottom shrine.
The lanes that the Storm kids up is actually
Radiant's
crazy.
bottom shrine
Yeah, with this Crystal Maiden and
Dire's
the Kai, he can go pretty far.
He's gonna go for BKB up next. I like that. I like it a lot.
I'll take that.
Think so? BKB, you think it's really necessary this game? I would have preferred the Shivas.
Blessings upon a
I mean, this is not a Bloodstone, right? So I shouldn't complain. He sold these treads.
Hey, sold these trades, picks up the BKB. I would have liked Shivas. It's really good against illusions. And they do have 2 illusion heroes on the enemy team. I guess you're not really worried about Nagi illusions though. That is Terrorblade.
10-second BKB at this point in the game is really value though.
It is, that is true. And the only way he is dying is technically the disruptor kinetic field. Static field.
Yeah, and Tinker's got a side also, so you have to be a little bit wary.
Yeah. BKB, he's not too wary with the Tinker sheep. He does have the Lincoln. I guess if he stays for too long and Tinker manages to rearm and use the sheep again somehow without them killing him, then he might be a bit worried. But yeah, BKB will help out. I would like to see him get rid of this Kai now. He really just doesn't need it. Like, I know it's all fun and all, being able to zerf that far, but it's not really that needed. Get yourself a Shivas. He's going for moon shots, but look at once more attack speed.
Dude, he's dedicated to his Kaya, dude. Don't even
He likes the memes. What is his reduction?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Can you see mana reduction?
No, you can't see it like the way you look at status resistance or something. He's gotta. It's 10% plus 15% off.
Yeah, but you know, Dota has this weird mechanics. Is it 10% extra? I don't know. Like, you know, with Dota doesn't always scale exact numbers. Like
I get you.
It does though. Who knows? And this game is not looking too good for Rain right now. They're 20k behind. They're 13 kills behind. And Dire just now, you know, grouping up, pushing down towers slowly curling them to their base. They got the Aegis.
Yeah, let's start off the siege here. Gonna go for the tier 2 bottom first of all. I like this move. Oh, but actually somebody gets caught here. They find it terribly. This is a big one. 3 heroes. The Dragon Knight hitting inside of. Now he's actually, someone here, man, heroes are just dropping here. Storm gets down the side, goes to the engage. Triple kill with Storm, also kill with Storm. Oh my god, the Luna are doing so much there. But that's a flying left, right, and center. I didn't even... That was actually just insane.
Yeah, that DK went into 3 heroes, started a fight, and he just tanked so long. Like, just tanked, and then actually his team came up. Oh my god, that reflection though.
Luna got to herself here. She did Aegis is expended.
No, that reflection.
She's gonna go for it. Get 3 people. And they follow up by the Venom on Salty. These heroes are in trouble. The silence is on the Cerbate. Cerbate getting whacked on. He doesn't have buyback. 4 heroes dead. No buyback. GG is called.
GG's called. Storm gets a good sort of bookback ulti. Cerbate dies. End of the fight. They just fell too far behind. The Cerbate just couldn't do enough damage to this DK that had insane amount of armor and crazy in this game.
Yeah, I think ultra late game against Luna, Storm, Dragon Knight. That's just really tough.
Yeah, doesn't matter what build you go. If you have the better late game heroes, you're gonna win the late game, I guess.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning into the stream tonight. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
You never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine. All the people ain't happy, and the river has run dry. You thought you could go free, but the system is done for. If you listen real closely, there's a knock at your front door. You'll never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? When there's blood in the water. Another dollar in your pocket. Now